and being entertained in the mind for an hour or hour and a half. We are talking about transformation. There will be 1,000 transformations happening in North America over the next month. Round of applause. And you will be part of that. Boston was yesterday, Atlanta today, New Jersey next Saturday, New York next Sunday, and LA the Sunday after. 1,000 transformations. And it's not just an ordinary transformation. We're talking about transformation of the inner self. What is the inner self? Our soul. But to get to the soul, we have to understand the outer self. That is what we're going to talk about today. I'm not going to go into a lot of depth, and if things are ready, I'm going to have us begin our program. But let me take a few minutes. This would not have been possible if Viral Bhai hadn't done it. Anil Bhai, who's the executive committee member and Southern VP here from JNA. What I really want you to understand is JNA and JNA's long-range planning committee is what is doing and making all of this happen. Who are these people? These are very talented individuals. Prem Jain from Cisco Systems recently did a big sellout. Look him up. Yogendra Jain. All of these individuals have been thinking about a problem for a number of years. What is that? The future of Jainism. The future of Jainism. You may be just thinking about Jainism today when you are coming to the temple or you are taking your kids to the temple. But what will happen to Jainism 25 years from now? Have you ever wondered? The long-range committee is there, and it is actually worried. The long-range committee is saying, what is going to happen to Jainism? Are we going to maintain our religion, our values, or not? So the LRP has done a number of projects, one of which was Jain Way of Life book. How many have seen this? Some have. I would encourage you and the children, the young kids, youths to take a look at that. And then also, that was introduced 16 years ago. Today, we are embarking on a new journey. Jain Path. This is what we will see is the path to transformation. Now, what I want to do is to say, what are our objectives? I want to lay things on the table. I want you to help understand that over the next 2.5 hours, what are we going to accomplish? Because if we don't have that clear idea, we may have expectations which are less or beyond. First and foremost, what we want to do is to take our religion and talk about how we can simplify, reframe, and categorize. Now, some of you who are scholars, this may be perfectly fine, but for many of us, including me, who are novice in some of this journey, what we will see is a structured way of looking at Jainism. And Rahul Kapoor Jain is better than anyone else in being able to help us do that. And that is why the LRP, Jaina LRP, has partnered with him. We will talk about Jaina scriptures. All of this comes from the Bible of Jainism. Okay, personal story. I ran for election in my local community 6 years ago. And if I got elected, what I would do is put my hand not on the Bible, but on the, what is this? Tatvat Sut. This is the Bible of Jainism. Digambar Shatambar, every sect believes in this. And then what we're going to do is to begin a self-reflection journey towards what we are all seeking. And we'll define this better, happiness. And yes, we're gonna do it in a self-improvement, progressive manner. It is going to be a step-by-step process by which we do that. Now, all of this, again, would not have been possible without the leadership at Atlanta Center. I too am a member here. I come often. My family comes often. Both my kids have studied here, Georgia Tech and Emory, one in law school and one in engineering school. But it would not have been possible without you. You are the transformation. So let us begin this journey. Let us begin the journey towards transformation. And let us hear about Rahul Kapoor Jain. If you put your eyes over there.
Let us send a huge round of applause to Rahul Kapoor Jain. Very good. Welcome, Rahul Jain. Let us send, and we all are truly thankful for you and Manoj Bhai to make this special arrangement and set up here. Welcome to Atlanta on behalf of Sangh and Executive Committee. Over to you.
I was not making a grand entrance, I was at the temple and this just got over. Check on. Can we have the lights on, please? I just want to see how many, what kind of, go one by one. So, yeah, this is good. Give me the other one, still good. Give me the other one, still good. The other one, still good. You can still see that, right? So you're gonna take that projection, that PPT slide, give it to him there. So then, once the PPT slide is sorted out there, my clicker goes in, so we both have, so people can see both the slides. ये लाइट्स आई ना तो बहुत अच्छा हुआ, कुछ अंधेरा जो था वो मिट गया। महावीर प्रभु कहते हैं कि अंधकार में जीना दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा दुर्भाग्य है। प्रकाश में जियो, ज्ञान में जियो, और प्रकाश के लिए सिर्फ एक स्विच लगता है। Welcome to the session. I'm still not completely set. मैं 1-2 मिनट और लगा रहा हूँ. And I also noticed that the clock over there is not working properly, right? एक में 8:30 बजे, एक में 12:15 बजे, 11:45 बजे, मतलब 2 घड़ी और दोनों गलत समय दिखा रही है। You want to throw me off? तो हमने क्या किया, एक पर्सनल घड़ी थी जिसके ऊपर जिसका चार्ज भी नहीं था। आजकल तो पहले ज़माने में एक घड़ी लेते थे, ज़िंदगी भर तक चलती थी। अब एप्पल की घड़ी को रोज़ चार्ज करना पड़ता है, तो मैंने चार्ज करके वो भी लेकर आया। मतलब एक जगह मैंने आपका ये जो अंधकार है उससे मिटाने की कोशिश की, दूसरा जो समय है वो उसका भी मैंने ट्रैक करने की कोशिश की। एक्चुअली छोटी चीज़ है, if you really see the very small things but they matter, isn't it? You know, when I was young, I read this big poster somewhere which says a small thing done well can have a huge impact on the human lives. It's not all the big things that we're always focusing on, it's the small things. How do you really get the small things right? We'll try and do something like that today. We're not here to try and change your world and say, you know, I'm going to transform you in the next 2 hours. And you'll say, क्या बात कर रहे हो? हम महावीर प्रभु के ज्ञान को इतने साल से अपने जीवन में उतारने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, आज तक मैं ट्रांसफॉर्म नहीं हुआ, तू क्या करेगा? You know, So it's not a big statement that we're here to transform you completely. But what is possible is you can transform yourself at least in one area of your life before you leave from here, and that could just be the beginning of a brand new journey of life. How does this really work? How do you really make sure that you are on the right path? Let me go ahead and explain all of that to you. But before I do, some basic housekeeping announcements. Number one, let's begin by acknowledging that we were late. The session was supposed to start at 10 o'clock, 9:30 was your invitation time, 10 o'clock was the start time, 10:30 is Indian Standard Time. And we may laugh and smile because that हमारी धरोहर है ना, हमारा culture है. We feel so proud about it. Okay, we started late by another half an hour. Great job! But the youngsters may not like it. As much as you've invited me to do this session for you, I know that deep down in your heart and your mind, there's some part of your brain in your heart says, I only wish my next generation can somehow get connected with Jainism. And what you did to yourself was the biggest disservice by starting the session late. I came in at 2 a.m. I haven't done my meditation yet, I haven't done my exercise yet, I had to catch up on some sleep because I only slept for 2.5 hours previous to that, and I slept and I compromised on all of that so that I could do this. Because शास्त्र में बात आती है कि जब धर्म की बात आती है तो आप अपने स्व को छोड़ के पर के लिए जो पर यानी कि आप जो धर्म के रास्ते पे जाना चाहते हैं, अगर उनके लिए कुछ कर पाओ तो अपने खुद को धर्म के मतलब अपने खुद के जो कर्तव्य है उसको भी आप पोस्टपोन करके उस धर्म को निभाने के लिए आपको तत्पर होना चाहिए. तो मैंने वो किया आपके लिए. आज ब्रेकफास्ट भी नहीं खाया, होटल में था, कुछ 2 बजे आए तो अब किसके घर जाए, कहाँ ब्रेकफास्ट करे, तो एप्पल था तो एप्पल खा लिया हमने, थोड़ा पानी था तो वो भी पी लिया. तो क्यों किया? क्योंकि महावीर प्रभु ने वही तो किया, सिर्फ और सिर्फ दिया. He just kept giving. उनके देने में आपका अस्तित्व है. अगर वो ना देते तो आप यहाँ ना होते. अगर मैं महावीर का अनुयायी हूँ तो मुझे वो करना पड़ेगा जो मैं कर रहा हूँ. मगर आपने जो किया वो डिसर्विस है. हर अनुष्ठान का एक समय होता है. मंगल जब मूर्ति की प्रतिष्ठा होती है, मंदिर की प्रतिष्ठा होती है, जब हम मूर्ति को हम बिठाते हैं, एक वो मंगल का एक शुभ समय होता है. अगर उसको आप आगे पीछे कर लो तो शायद काम में आए. जब आप शादी करते हो तो आपका एक वो मुहूर्त होता है, उसी में शादी करनी है. मगर हमने कैसी गलती कर दी? छोटी सी गलती. I told you small things matter big time. You just were late. Big deal राहुल. कितनी बार कितने प्रोग्राम्स में हम हमेशा लेट आए, इसलिए नहीं क्योंकि हमें आना है, इसलिए बिकॉज हमें पता है कि दूसरे लेट आने वाले, so we try to coordinate with their time. Transformation. And you see, Rahul, let's talk about Mahavir's transformation. We're here for Chain Path to Happiness. Let's talk about that now. That's exactly what I'm talking about. All the youngsters who are below 30 years of age, please stand up. I'm 47, so I can call you youngsters, right? Please stand up. Yes, I want everybody who's seated down here to give these people a round of applause. Thank you for being here. I truly appreciate honoring you and your presence. While I was out in the washroom, I heard a voice of a young person. I don't know how old because I was in the toilet, and the person said, "It's a workshop. I'm sure it's going to be boring." The person was saying this to the mother. And then I came out. By the time I came, they turned and went into the temple. I don't know who that person was, whoever that was. As I was coming out, I'm like, really? Is that what we have made Mahavir's talk to be so boring in this country? I'm going to challenge you today that if you call it boring, I'm going to make this one of the best sessions of your life. Like you really will feel that Mahavir's session can transform you forever. And that's just a small commitment, like the smallest of all. Because that's not what Mahavir, that's what my abilities. At this point in time, Raag ki baat nahi kar raha ho, Dvesh ki baat nahi kar raha ho. No, youngsters sit, stand, youngsters, I'm coming to you. I'm still not getting on with the session like the way I should. I'm just kind of preparing. A few minutes here and there will not matter. I'm supposed to speak for 2 hours, and let's presume that I speak for 1 hour and 48 minutes. What's the big deal? I mean, what if I can't cover all my slides? What's the big deal? The big deal is you guys. And I want to ask you, Mahika, thanks for being over here. How do you feel? Why are you here? Who got you here? You or your parents?
My parents.
Absolutely. And what did they tell you to get you here?
That this would be enlightening, like a good workshop to attend. It's not going to be too like boring or Jane heavy kind of. It's like a different way of.
And what was your inner mind, inner thought telling you? Hey, don't sit, dude, get up, man. And you sat, she sat. See, this is mirror neurons. You do, I do. That's why they all come late. They follow in the same path. DNA genes of the parents, don't do that. We can change that, we can transfer epigenetics. That's what I spoke about in Jaina's talk. So hold in there. What's your name, dude? What's your name? Bhavya. Bhavya, Khadna. Yes, back to you. And when your mom and dad were saying, oh, this is going to be transformed, you lied to me. What was your inner voice telling you?
I was skeptical.
See, this is the reality. आप सोच रहे कि आप संडे मॉर्निंग आपके लिए आया है, मैं संडे मॉर्निंग इनके लिए आया हूँ। मुझे पता है 10-12 लोग ही हैं। Doesn't matter, ऐसे तो शुरुआत हुई ना। एक बार चित्रभानु जी भी ऐसे आए थे, 2-4 लोग ही उनको मिले थे। आज मैं आया हूँ, मैं चित्रभानु जी से नहीं बन सकता बिकॉज़ मैं साधु नहीं हूँ। ये तो श्रावक हूँ, मगर श्रावक के होने के बावजूद साधु भावना है, साधुत्व है, ज्ञानित्व है, शिष्यत्व है। इन्हीं के लिए आया हूँ। और आपने जी इसी में नहीं बोला। So, how do you feel when you start a session 30 minutes late?
We could have started 30 minutes earlier.
What do you feel when you start late?
Like why did I come early then? No.
Now that's your thinking, what do you think? I'm asking you what do you feel? You see there's a difference. What do you feel inside your body when you're late? When everybody else is late. Were you late? You weren't late. And others came late, we started late. How do you feel about it?
I mean, it's a little upsetting, you know. You're taking time to do other things that could have been done faster or earlier.
Yeah, and what's the perception that you go back with about the temple and the people here?
I mean, like you said, it's kind of like ingrained in our culture. You kind of expect it to happen.
Yeah, you see, this is what happens. ये ऐसा ही होगा, ये ऐसा ही चलेगा, और जब इनको ये लगता है कि ये ऐसा ही चलेगा, और तब वहाँ पर कोई और रास्ता दिखता है, कोई और गुरु दिख जाते हैं, कोई और ज्ञान दिख जाता है, तो इनका ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन नहीं, इनका पतन होना शुरू हो जाता है, बिकॉज़ ये अब ज्ञान मार्ग, शुद्ध मार्ग से अज्ञानता की ओर चले गए, मिथ्यात्व की तरफ चले गए, वो हमें दिखता नहीं है, बट ये शाश्वत में हो रहा है. This is what we are doing. And when Manoj Bhai talks about the transformation and he says LRP is thinking about what the future is going to be like, the future is going to be the youth, not you. You and I will be done. I'm 47, you must be 57, 87, maybe 10 years from now when I come, half of you may not be here too. Who knows? Who knows? I may not be there. But these kids are going to be around. And what are we leaving them with is the big question that I want to ask you all. I mean, this is the beginning of transformation. This is the beginning of awareness. This is for us to know that I don't care who comes early, who comes late. I don't care if Anushthan starts in time or not. I'm going to be there. And if I'm early and if people are not there, I can sit in silence and I can experience my soul over here. I'll teach you how to experience that as well. And I can just do that. I will never, ever, 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 ever be late. Because you know what? Whether it's JetBlue or whether it's Delta or whether it's American Airlines, these guys never go late. Even if their flights are late, they'll be in time. Ask them why. Because paisa yaar. टिकट चला गया तो फिर क्या करेगा नया खरीदना पड़ेगा यार सो यू सी पैसा नहीं पैसे से ज्यादा पुण्य बच्चों के अंदर ज्ञान डालना सबसे बड़ा पुण्य है वो आपका सबसे बड़ा पैसा है Now you must be wondering Bhavya at the back okay you can sit down only you sit down lady you must be sitting here severe lecture record but the lecture was not for you it was for your parents how do you like that so what's your expectation buddy
I'm here to learn some new things and here to have a good time.
And what does your inner voice say now? That you heard me for a few seconds. I know your mind says, yeah, dude talks, okay, not bad. So, do you think I'll be able to hold on your attention for the next couple of hours?
Yes, I think you'll do just fine.
I need to sit down. That was amazing, right? I mean, did you notice that hens want the eggs, chickens come out? We want the chairs, nothing comes out. But today we'll try and get some gyan out of you. Finally, what's your expectation?
In order to know how I can follow this on my daily basis.
Follow what? This being on time?
Jain value.
That is the Jain value. Hamesha samay pe apna kaam karo. Murat ko jane mat do. Thank you. Put your hands together for all the kids, please. Thank you. Right, we just got this out of the way. Please stand up, all of you. Join your hands. Now I'm hoping all the presentations are working fine. The clicker is working. I've kept a small clicker there which goes into this, all this. Brilliant, thank you so much. Close your eyes. मेरे साथ साथ, like along with me, along, okay? Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Urajayanam, Namo Lore Sarvasagunam, Eso Panchanamokaro, Sarva Bhava Parasano, Mangaladham Cha Sarvesin, Paramam Havai Mangalam, Paramam Havai Mangalam, Paramam Havai Mangalam. Mangalam Bhagavan Viro, Mangalam Gautam Prabhu, Mangalam Sulibhadabhya, Mangalam Kunda Kundabhya, Jaina Dharmastha Mangalam, Bolo Jinashashana Deva Ki Jai. Please sit, I'm going to take a few seconds. All right, dedicate the session to all my gurus, my teachers. I have been honored and I've been trained by acharyas and munis of all the four sects. I have been fortunate that I have spent many years with scholars. I've been fortunate that I have practiced Jainism through rituals for the first 35 years of my life. And then I learned how to go inside, and then when I started to close my eyes like the way Mahavir did, I saw different Jainism. And for the last 8-10 years when I've started to do this, I realized this, that the power is amazing when you try and combine science, psychology, and spirituality to try and bring in what we call Shashwat Gyan. So, I can speak louder. Yeah.
And in the
I'll do that. Thanks. I love it when people guide me after 25 years of being in this industry. No problem. Is this good? I told you, small things make a big difference. All I had to do was move the mic away just by 1 inch closer to my mouth. You see the impact. You can put your hands together for that message and those efforts. We're going to start some experiments first. I'm going to try and get you in. I know we must be edging to get in here, but you know the foundations are all very important. And I want you to know this, that I am aware that we need to go for Aarti at 12:45. That's something which you cannot compromise. I'm not going to run with any pressure of any kind in my mind. I'm here for a clean, nice job. I'm going to continue doing that. That's all that I'm looking at. Now, what happens with this 12:45? Muhurat hai ke you never want to run late because food has to be served and people have to leave.
So it goes back to your practice of continuing the tradition. If we cannot keep it, the member as large is here. So we can do whatever transformation we need to.
So which means to say that if everybody is with me and if we move 10 minutes here and there, it's not a problem.
With us.
नहीं एक सेकंड अगर समझो मैं I want to make sure all this is sorted out because 1 minute भी आगे पीछे नहीं होगा. If I'm in the middle of a particular concept which I haven't completed and I need to complete before I close, because you see I want to take on the emotional highs and lows. When that happens and I need to close and we're still not done and let's say it's already 12:45, how much can I extend? If I know, then I'll work with that.
We'll go with the 15 more minutes.
If I have to. Is that okay with all? Anybody has a problem with that? No. Great. Amazing. Thank you very much. I've spent so much time to get it all right. And now when I start, then we start. Okay. JSGA. वो कुछ गिफ्ट्स लाए थे ना हाँ जो मुझे सबसे ज्यादा सबसे लंबा सबसे तगड़ा JSGA बोलेगा उनके लिए मैं एक नहीं 2 गिफ्ट देने वाला हूँ राइट तो get ready can I have a split in my hand please 2 of them yeah 2 of them oh you have gift vouchers I love the voucher let's see what people pick up I know you will drop something don't worry about all that Okay, so I have two of the gifts in my hands. I'm going to come over there. I'm going to ask you to wish me Jai Jinendra. Make it loud, make it long. Don't stop in between till I have asked you to stop. Here we go. Make it loud, make it long. Here we go. Jai Jinendra. ओए, क्या कर रहे हो? अच्छे से करो, ढंग से करो. Last आखिरी बार और मैं यही करता रहूँगा. Final time. Here we go. Jai Jinendra. Please stand up. What is your name? Come,
Gautam Jain.
come, Gautam, come in the front. Are you married?
Yes.
You can still shout so much. पहली बार देखा है शादीशुदा इंसान इतना खुश और इतना चिल्ला रहा है. I can guarantee your wife is not sitting with you, is she?
Exactly. She's not sitting right with me, but she's
कहाँ पर है? He was just trying to get पूरी खुन्नस बाहर निकाल रहे थे. हाँ? What's your name? हाँ? Rucha. Ruchit Jain. Ruchin. Nice name. ये धर्म पत्नी और ये पति परमेश्वर. बड़ा कौन, परमेश्वर या धर्म? धर्म बड़ा, बिकॉज धर्म ना हो तो परमेश्वर को पूजेगा कौन? तो हम यहाँ बैठे हुए सब धर्म पत्नियों को प्रणाम करते हैं. Choose a gift. Which one do you want? Choose any one. Oh, I was wondering you're gonna take this or that. You picked the Ashtamangal. Nice, thank you very much. ये gift आपके लिए है, and the one who claps loudest and longest for everybody in the hall gets the second prize. You can choose, you can exchange it to Ashtamangal later, right? So you sit down, you clap and welcome everybody in the hall now. Clap like you mean it. Clap like you mean it. Keep it going. Keep it going. Right there at the back, this young girl. Wow, she's catching what I'm doing. What's your name?
Mahir.
How old are you?
3 over.
How old is she? She becomes the youngest participant of my, he becomes the youngest participant of my workshop ever. Come on, give a round of applause for that. Nice. Nice. आपका आशीर्वाद लेके प्रोग्राम चालू करो. माँ से बात नहीं कर पाया आज, बहुत मन था, 2 दिन से बात नहीं की. आज सोचा कि I will talk to her. एंड इतना कुछ होता रहा बैक टू बैक. एक समय नहीं मिला, मिनट भी नहीं मिला कि उससे बात कर पाओ. दैट वाज अ मिस्टेक. तो आपका आशीर्वाद लेकर प्रोग्राम शुरू करते हैं. थैंक यू. क्या नाम है आपका?
शैलेंद्र पालविया.
दे दीजिए आशीर्वाद पूरा. लगाइए सर के ऊपर हाथ लगाइए ना. यस, कहो जो कहना
फोन कर रहे हो.
थैंक यू वेरी मच. ये तो प्रोत्साहन हुआ. आशीर्वाद हो. हाँ, आई लाइक दिस. पहले हम आशीर्वाद में कहते हैं मंगल हो, खुश रहो. आजकल हम कहते हैं ऑल द बेस्ट. कुछ लोग तो बस बोलते हैं. बस. अरे बस क्यों बोलते हो? प्लेन बोलो, रॉकेट बोलो, छोटा मत सोचो. समझ लो कि बच्चे के सर के अंदर एक दिमाग में ये विचार है कि आई वांट टू कॉपी द एग्जाम्स टुडे. वो आपका आशीर्वाद लेते हैं और आप कहते हैं बस या आप कहते हैं ऑल द बेस्ट. तो गलत चीज में भी आपका आशीर्वाद लगता है. Small things make a big difference. Jain हो तो learn to give आशीर्वाद. मंगल हो, खुश हो, शिवमस्तु से. मंगल हो, खुश रहो, शिवमस्तु से. मंगल हो, खुश रहो. खुश रहो क्यों? Because हर जगह पे सिर्फ और सिर्फ दुख है. और आज हम बात कर रहे हैं कि खुशी, सुख, हैप्पीनेस को हम कैसे अपनाएं अपने जीवन में. ये हैप्पीनेस जो तत्व है, सुख का जो तत्व है, वो ऐसे हमारे भीतर आ जाए कि हमें बाहर ढूंढने की जरूरत ही ना पड़े. और मैं आज आपको समझाऊंगा, सिखाऊंगा कि दिस पीस ऑफ सुख रहो, हैप्पीनेस इज योर ट्रू नेचर. ये आपका सबसे बड़ा खोज भी है और ये आपका सबसे बड़ा स्ट्रेंथ भी है, मगर ये आपसे सबसे ज्यादा दूर रहता है. And that's what we're talking about. Chain path to happiness. Let's start with a story. A story of a person who's very successful. That guy is like written about in newspapers every single day. The guy is good, he's brilliant, he wakes up early in the morning. Is my speed okay? Yeah. Anybody finds me to be too fast? Yeah. Hindi bolu? English? Ke saath mix? Right. Very successful person, written about in newspapers very frequently. And ladies and gentlemen, one fine day he gets up at 10 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock in the morning is way too late. But habit is a habit. You're capturing from that phone too, right? Habit is a habit. He gets up at 10 o'clock, looks at the newspaper, as he always does. He sees the photograph there. He says, oh, that's amazing. One more time, I'm in the newspapers. The only problem with this picture is, on top of the picture, वहाँ पर कुछ लिखा हुआ है, श्रद्धांजलि, obituary. गुस्सा आता है उसको देखता, who the hell had the guts to put my name like that? At the bottom, with love. Wife and children. He's angry. Opens the door, gets out. Looks at his wife, shouts, what the hell is wrong with you? Who gives you the courage to put my photograph like that? She starts crying, the children look at the mother, they start crying. He's like, what's wrong with you all? Why are you behaving insane? He goes slightly further, he looks, there's a dead body there. He says, whose dead body is this? He looks at himself and says, oh, is this me? Am I dead? Suddenly he gets a realization that the previous night he had a chest pain. He says, oh my God, I can't be dead. He looks at his wife and his children. He runs to them and says, I love you. I'm so sorry I haven't been communicating that to you. I want to hug you, I want to kiss you. Please listen to me. The hug doesn't get complete. He goes to God, starts negotiating because he's a great businessman. Say, God, I'm so sorry. Would you please give me one day before you kill me? Please, just one day. And God wouldn't negotiate. He comes back running into the hall, looks at his mother who's sitting by the dining table, goes to his mother and starts crying. He falls at her feet and he says, Mom, you've been asking me to spend time with you for the last 6 months, but I've been so busy, I never had time, I'm sorry. Runs back to God and says, God, don't give me one day, give me 2 hours. God wouldn't negotiate. Comes back out, confused totally. Looks at his friend, a friend with whom he hasn't spoken for 7 years, but this friend has come and he's standing by the door. He goes to his friend in realization that it was his ego that did not make him to say sorry. He now goes in realization that he was wrong. He tells his friend, hey, listen, take my hand, buddy. I'm sorry, it was my mistake. But now that handshake wouldn't happen. He goes back to God and he shouts at God and he says, God, please give me 1 hour, 1 minute. Looks at God and says, God, give me a second chance. His eyes open up. He's on the bed next to his wife. His wife says, what, did you have a bad dream? He said, what? Was that a dream? Am I like alive? He said, what are you blabbering? He says, no, nothing. I just wanted to know that I love you. And you mean so much to me. He closes his eyes and says, God, thank you. Maybe this is the chance for me to rediscover myself. He got a second chance. What are you waiting for? He got a second chance. What are you waiting for? And you clapped, right? Okay, he got a second chance. What are you waiting for? Clap again. And going. Where do I go? Which way do I go? Which way do I go? Going. Stop. Something happened, no? Suddenly your clapping is increased. What? I mean, your potential is there or your potential is here. Yeah. But no, Rahul, this was motivation. You were giving us something. No, this is manipulation. You're giving away the key to your potential to a stranger who doesn't even know you. And he is now in control of your potential. What a misery. This is how we are living our lives. In ignorance, in temptations, not knowing that we are compromising on our own true potential. अनंत वीर का बल की बात करते तो अनंत वीर का बल आपके पास है और उसको जागरूक करने के लिए आपने वो चाबी किसी और को दे दी है। कभी वो और हमने क्रिया में लगा दी, मगर क्रिया से भीतर जाने का जो रास्ता है उसे हमने बंद ही कर दिया। वो पोटेंशियल हमने किसी कंपनी के लिए लगा दी, हमारा समय लगा दिया ताकि हम पैसे कमा पाए, जो हमने कमाए परिवार के लिए काम करना जो हमने किया, मगर उसके साथ साथ हमने खिलवाड़ किया अपने खुद के अनंत सुख के साथ, कुछ तो गलत किया। ये बाहर वाली चीज अगर आपके पोटेंशियल को यहां से यहां लेके जा सकती है, just imagine if this can do that. If this can do that, two things got to establish. Number one, you have the potential, but you don't choose to use it until something happens from outside. Two, what happens from outside? You have bad health, suddenly your potential goes up, you try to improve yourself. You have a bad relationship, you don't know how to fix it, suddenly your potential goes up, you put in more efforts. Mahavir कहते हैं जैन धर्म क्या है? श्रमण धर्म, पुरुषार्थ वाला धर्म. You got the key to your happiness. You got the key to your potential. You got the key to unlock samik darshan, gyan, charitra. I can show you the path, but I can't walk the path with you. You got to walk the path on your own alone. You got to do it. तुम आत्मा से परमात्मा बन सकते हो, पुरुषार्थ कर सकते हो, अनंत वीर बल के कि जो चाबी है उसको डाल के अनलॉक कर सकते हो. मगर हमारी ट्यूनिंग कैसी हो चुकी है? हमारी ट्यूनिंग भाई तुम बाहर से कुछ करो, हम अंदर से कुछ करेंगे. Come on. So Rahul, what do I do? Whatever you do, you're breathe in awareness, your body posture will change immediately. The moment you breathe in awareness and your body posture changes, the oxygen supply in your body goes high, your mind becomes more alert, active, your health improves just by sitting straight and breathing properly, but you're not even aware that you're breathing. Trust me, you're not. Take a breath. Release. Take a breath. Now you're aware. But Rahul, to be aware, do I have to breathe like this all the time? Not required, but to be aware that what Mahavir did, what Parshvanath did, what Adinath did, was they closed their eyes and they're aware in the moment, this moment, another moment, another moment, another moment. And in that awareness, I'm going to show you, you can get your happiness. I've spoken for about 15 minutes. If I'm making sense, you can clap and let me know. Now, some of you will still be sitting out here saying, okay, not bad, he speaks all right, but I'm here for happiness and Mahavir is Gyan. Dude, get the ball rolling. I want to hear it. I'm still on the borderline. I'm not playing the game yet. How can that be? You made a choice to be in the hall. You can't be sitting here and evaluating me. Come dirty your hands, play the game. You can't be sitting on the fence or in the stand playing this game. No, you got to play with me now. Here. Clap as in clap, and I'll show you the power of clapping. Come on, clap. Come on. Let's do this together loud. Really loud. Come on, what are you sitting there for? Yeah, do it now. Come on, push it through now. You see? Thank you. Yeah, right. Yeah, you see? Your clapping is not going to make a difference to my life because I speak to 500,000, 5,000, 10,000 people one shot. I understand this game. I work with companies like Cisco and with Samsung and with Apple and Google, and these people are coming for my programs around the world. I'm talking to the leadership teams on how to ignite their inner potential. But you know what? In the last 8 years, I've started talking to them on how to ignite their potential using universal principles propounded by Jainism. And they don't even know that I'm talking Jainism in a manner that it matters. They come back and say, dude, where did you get this content from? And I said, oh, there are these amazing scriptures from one faith called Jainism. But it was looked at as a religion. I looked at that as a science and psychology, and I'm presenting to you, and we do this every day. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's unleash ourselves and explain to you the power. If you do something, do it the best that you can. You clap like the best you can. But look at your wiring. Your wiring is all got messed up. And what Dr. Manoj and I'm trying to do with the LRP team is to help you to rewire your brain. Let's say I'm a teacher in school, you're a student in the school, you're in 4th standard, I'm a teacher, and I want you to respond to my good morning. Remember how we used to do this? Very important for us to understand this. Let's do this now. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is how we used to say it. Let's do it again. Good morning, students. Good morning. Yes. Please stand up, sir. Just, you're the teacher now. We are all students, including me. Say it. Good morning, sir. this, had I done this, he would say, what would he tell me? If I was a real-time student who was a real-time teacher, what would he tell me? Behave yourself. If I did the same thing the next day, he would say, get out of the class. The next day, get your teachers. Next day, take a TC. So I am now standing outside the class, and people are passing by me, and they look at me and say, again they got you out of the class, you deserve it, Bala. So the message goes in the brain, oh, I don't want to be standing out. And therefore, I go to you and say, sir, I'm so sorry, I made a mistake, I'm not going to repeat it again. Please say good morning to us.
Good morning, student.
Good morning, sir. And you would say, good job.
Good job. Sit down.
Thank you, sit down, sir. You said good job, but what you did in reality is you just killed my creativity. What you did was you just killed my ability to lead. You just told me be like a common man because that's what you all deserve. I'm the teacher and I'm here to condition your mind to be an ordinary person. And that's exactly what we've been doing to ourselves. Getting conditioned because nobody wants to stand out. But you know what's the dichotomy of life? You take autographs of those who are outstanding. Standing out, outstanding means the same. Mahavir was outstanding. This religion is too tough. Of course it is. I mean, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do. Now you confused Mahavir. This is not what Mahavir said. This is what you learned and you told your children and you conditioned them for what Mahavir never did. What Mahavir never said. And that's not your fault. That was not your teacher's fault. That was the culture. That's how you lived. That was the environment. Blame the culture. Stop blaming. Start living in awareness. Come on. Do that today. You need to recondition yourself. To look at the same Mahavir, the same temple, the same idol, but in a brand new way. In a brand new way. सब कुछ वही है. See, माइक क्या है? थोड़ा ही तो करना था. थोड़ा. जय जिनेंद्र, थोड़ा. ताली तो बजाए, थोड़ी और. To live in the moment means to give your best in everything that you do. That's Jainism. To be the best that you can be in this moment. This moment. And when you like what I say, you can always clap. I'm not really keen for your clap. I'm showing you how your conditioning is. You still see you struggle to clap at your best. And see what happens when I close the session by 2 o'clock. This is going to get transformed. Everybody now, we're going to do an exercise. I'm going to make you all stand. And when you're not right now, I'm going to make you all stand. In the future, wait. So, oh, I love this. I want you all to stand when I ask you to. I know some of you are old and if you have a problem with your knee and you can't stand for long, it's okay, but others will continue to stand till I ask you to do so. जब तक मैं ना कहूँ, आपको खड़े रहना है. कल मैं बॉस्टन में था तो एक आंटी आई मुझे मिली और कहा बेटा तुम इतना अच्छा बात करते हो इतना अच्छा लगा जैन धर्म को अपनाने का फिर से मन कर रहा है नए तरीके के साथ बट एक छोटी प्रॉब्लम हो गई तुमने इतना इंग्लिश में बोला मैं सोचती थी कि अगर तुमने हिंदी में बोला होता तो मुझे लगता है मैं तीर्थ स्थान का दर्शन करके आ गई होती ऐसा लगता है तो आज ऐसी कोई भी माँ यहाँ बैठी है तो मैं कोशिश करूँगा कि मैं हिंदी में भी बोलूँ ताकि आप मुझे प्रोग्राम के बाद में मत बोलिए प्रोग्राम के दौरान में कर लूँगा जब आप खड़ेंगे तो you want to share a simple. Can I have the next slide? I'm so sorry. So, yeah, I want you all to just address this small little question, and that is, what is happiness? Happiness is what? Example, I would say happiness is going for the game in Boston when Red Sox was playing Texas and they won. I was there actually. So, yeah, I mean, I speak on Jainism, but I was there for the Texas game. So what? I don't have to be in the temple all the time. I can be there and still connect with people and live Jainism there too. Practice Jainism in that place too. And that's what we did. Now, what I'm trying to tell you all is you're going to stand up and you're going to all share with each other. Happiness is what in one line? Just in one line. Like for example, Anuj bhai, happiness is to you is feeling good. Yeah, that's it. कितना आसान था. Sitting next to your wife, you had no choice but say that. वरना पकड़ के. Happiness is when she's not at home. मुझे पता है पीछे क्यों हंस रहे हो. Enemy joking. Please stand up. Now, just a couple of minutes. You know, as I start this session, I'm going to make a request to Manoj Bhai that the next time you invite me into America, don't do this for 2 hours. Do this for 6 hours. Give people lunch between the session, and I promise you, keeping them going and giving them this wonderful stuff, we can do the same content. 2 hours is too little. I breathe in 2 hours I want. Yeah? What do you guys say? How many of you guys would believe that 6 hours, given a choice with the way I've started, you guys think you can survive for 6 hours? If yes, raise your hands up. I will ask you this question towards the end too, yeah? Okay. So, your time starts now. Talk to people. Happiness is what according to you? Fast. Stop. If you don't have a partner, get groups of people. Become partners. Last 30 seconds, please. Okay, everybody, please stop. Please stop. Okay, don't sit yet. If you're old and you have knee pain, you can sit down. Otherwise, continue standing for a few more seconds. Can you stop the music, please, now? From there?
Nobody knows.
Okay, did everybody share? Yeah. Everybody got a chance to speak? Yeah. At the back also? Because at the back you don't have a table. Okay, now clap for everybody sharing. Stop. Small things make a big difference. Say? Now when I say clap, you're looking at me and clapping. Look at your partners and your team members and clapping. Yeah. You see? Sit down, please. Small things, just small things make a big difference. Now, where is the microphone? We have a volunteer who's supporting me. Where's the microphone? Okay, where is it? He's only not here. Okay, I have a mic. Sir, आप वहाँ बाहर नहीं, आपको यहाँ अंदर होना चाहिए. आप यहाँ पर रहेंगे, you gonna make one person speak.
मैं तो अपनी एंट्री दे रहा था.
अच्छा, आपकी एंट्री है. बस ये रुक जाइए, ज़्यादा एंट्री मत करिए, वरना शाहरुख खान को पसीना आ जाएगा. चलिए मैं यहाँ करता हूँ and ideally if board अगर ऊपर आ जाए that would be nice. Can somebody help me to put the board up? 2 volunteers so that others can see. Ow! Wait, we need more people. We need more people. Right. You get it up for me. And as that happens, I'm going to take a marker pen in my hand. Take your time. Don't worry. Yes. We are just doing a few things. नहीं सर ये आपका माइक सर. सर शाहरुख खान. पॉज करिए उसको. उसको पॉज करिए. हाँ. हाँ. तो मुझे एक मार्कर पेन दीजिए अभी. Yeah. We'll do this. Yeah. Check. Okay, too close to the speakers, that's why. Okay, got it. Now, where's the gentleman, Shahrukh? Naam kya aapka?
Himanshu.
Acha, Himanshu bhai. Just move around the table. First, let's see how many volunteers want to speak. Who wants to speak? Raise your hands up. Okay, stand up, please. All those who want to speak, stand up fast. Yeah, stand up. I want some. No, sit there. So you have to be there only. Just stand up where you are.
Stand up.
Yeah, just roll the mics really fast, like really fast. So, happiness is.
State of mind. State of mind.
I like it, but you were too loud. State. Okay. Sir, आपका speaker.
अब क्या करें अब?
उसका gain कम करो. How will you know, sir? 8. उसका gain कम करो थोड़ा. Check 1, 2. अभी बात करिए.
Check, check.
And now all of you say small things make big difference. Eh? You saw it? माइक है, करंट है, सब कुछ है, हाथ भी है, आदमी भी है, शाहरुख हिमांशु भी है. थोड़ा सा बस only. Are you getting what I'm trying to communicate?
Yes.
Transformation happens with small things being right. पानी पीता हूँ, थोड़ा गर्म करके पी लिया, जीभ हिंसा से बच गया. Small things being right. खाना खा ही रहा हूँ, मगर खाना 3 घंटे पहले छोड़ दिया. Small things make a big difference. माँ बाप घर में है, हेलो बोलता हूँ, पैर छू दिया. Small things make big difference. I have television, but I know that I can switch it off and I can switch off the TV and switch on my inner self. Small things make big difference. When you like it, really clap. Celebration and Astro, celebration of Jainism. Yes, sir. State of mind. Let me learn how to use this properly. Yeah, STAT. State of mind. Yes. What was your name, sir?
Mahendra.
Thank you, Mahendra ji, for speaking. The next person. Yes, Himanshu.
Hi, my name is Pankaj Jain.
Yes.
And happiness is staying positive. But I want to add one more thing here.
Yes.
So it makes me really happy that we found a person sitting right next to us, and she's just about 10 minutes from our home in India.
And this discovery happened here?
Just now.
Small things make. Okay, next person please. आगे पीछे सब जगह जाएंगे हम. Yeah. Yes, no, पहले यहाँ complete करते हैं. Yeah. I also want the youngsters. You know, it'll be beautiful if you want to help me save time. I'm just because you know what, 2 hours is like the smallest session of my life. We do these sessions for 36 hours for corporates, 10 hours a day. Like really, I mean it. I start at 10 in the morning, I go till 10 in the night sometimes. So if you guys really want to, you can just line up in one place. Sir, Mike, you're too close to the speaker, that's why. Yeah. So if you can just quickly line up here, we'll finish it really fast so Himanshu bhai doesn't have to struggle so much. If you can just line up here, real fast. I want to get 10 things written there. Like tuck, really quick, yeah. And I want some boys and girls also to step up. I didn't see even one auntie today. Kal to hum auntie hi auntie. Okay, yes, start. So let's go faster. Yes.
Happiness is self.
Is what?
Self. Being happy inside.
I like that. So being, happiness is being. I just use the word being, that's it. It's a very powerful word. Thank you, sir. Next person.
Happiness is with family.
Happiness is family. Give me your names as you speak, so.
My name is Naomi.
Naomi, hi. Okay, next person.
Bhavna,
give me your name.
Happiness to me is inner peace, staying unaffected by your surroundings.
Yeah.
Smith Hasya.
Yeah, inner peace. Right, next.
Dinta.
What's that?
Dinta.
Dilita, okay.
Dinta. I'm a big time planner, so anything I plan, it goes well. That gives me super satisfaction.
When things go well,
Yes.
T-H-I-N-G-S. Things going well. Next.
Malti,
Yes.
inner peace and happiness in any situation.
हाँ वही तो पूछ रहा है happiness क्या है?
Inner peace,
Inner
inside.
peace.
Inner
Okay,
peace.
got it. Next. Thank you.
My name is Roli. Being present
I like that. So
and do your honest effort.
being present,
And do your honest effort. Be honest with
be honest. Okay, honest with self. Okay, next person, please.
My name is Vipal.
Mm-hmm.
Happiness to me is pleasantness within and around us.
Being pleasant. Okay, I'm just going to take the last three people. We don't have too much time. Being pleasant. Okay.
I'm not happy.
Seeing other people smile.
Oh. Seeing others smile. Happiness to her is seeing others smile.
Haley.
Thank you. Next.
My name is Siddhant and I guess happiness for me is doing everything I want to do.
When you get what you want. I like the way he ran away. When I get what I...
My name is Sid.
Who's this kid? One second. Who's this kid who spoke just now? What's his name? Siddhant. Naam mein bhi Siddh hai. Right, next.
My name is Sid and I'm happy because I like playing sports.
Okay, when you play sports, Okay, next, last person.
My name is Bhavya and I'm happy when I try my best even when I fail.
Okay, I just thought, my name is Bhavya and I'm happy because Rahul's here. What did he say? Say it again?
When you try your best even when you
Try your best. Okay,
When you fail.
try best. And the last person who's standing next to you. Yes, sir.
Jai Jinendra, my name is Ankush. I also had the same feelings for happiness, but my partner came to me and he made me realize what practical happiness for me in temple would be. That will be making no announcements and people following the directions without giving any directions in the kitchen and no wastage of food.
Things get done in the kitchen. And no waste of food.
I'm gonna add one more thing. What makes me happy is my wife making gatte, which is as good as my mother's.
You raise the standards too high for the wife to follow. क्योंकि माँ के खाना नहीं, माँ का खाना प्यार होता है. और माँ का प्यार वाइफ दे नहीं सकती है, उसका प्यार अलग, माँ का प्यार अलग. मेरा एक सेशन चलता है चरण स्पर्श. इंडिया में हमने शुरू किया था पहली बार सूरत में और 7,000 people were there. And जीतू ने देखा वो प्रोग्राम को पसंद आया. They gave me a 30-city contract. I ended up doing 48 cities with them, and eventually we finished 63 now, and more than 1.5 lakh people have transformed their family lives. Someday, hopefully in America, I should do that as well. Now, have a look. Let's go on to the next piece. Next slide, please. I have too much to juggle with. I know. So, what we are doing today, I spent like a lot of time to build the context. We have picked up this granth. Tattvarth Sutra. Okay? Too much of juggling. Tattvarth Sutra जो है वो क्यों आया? उसकी नीड क्या थी? बस No, I know. Now you know the mic becomes a challenge for me. Yeah, you can do this for me. That'll be nice of you. Yes. हमारे आगम जो है वो महावीर प्रभु की वाणी को हम तक लाते हैं. मगर आगम जो है वो दिगंबरों के अलग हो गए, श्वेतांबरों के अलग हो गए, तो कुछ तो गड़बड़ हो गई. बुद्ध में ऐसा नहीं हुआ, बुद्धिज्म में ऐसा नहीं हुआ. जो उनका ग्रंथ जैसा था वैसा ही हम तक पहुंचा और वैसा ही लोगों तक जा रहा है. इसलिए उनका एक्सपेंशन बहुत स्ट्रांग है. और एक और चीज आपने नोटिस की होगी, बुद्धिज्म ज्यादा स्प्रेड इसलिए भी हो रहा है कि वहां पर आंखें बंद करके भीतर जाने की क्रिया बहुत आसानी से हर आदमी तक पहुंच जाती है. हमारे अंदर आचार्य भगवंत कभी कभी कह देते कि नहीं, यू हैव टू बी क्वालिफाइड टू गेट देयर. ठीक है, वो बात करेंगे, ध्यान कीजिए मैं बात करता हूँ, मेरे वीडियोस हैं, आप देख सकते हैं, some videos are available, beautiful videos available on jainism.simplified. You may want to subscribe, not right now, later. मैं आपको QR कोड दे दूंगा, jainism.simplified. तो कुछ 1000 साल पहले, approximately, हाँ, 1400 years ago, हमारे समाज के लोग गए एक आचार्य भगवत के पास, एक गुरु भगवत के पास, मैं चाहने कर रहा हूँ, उमास्वाति जी, जो बहुत ही जबरदस्त ज्ञानी थे, और उमास्वाति जी को कहा कि अगर हम आगमों का सार पूरा का पूरा निचोड़ के एक सूत्र में, एक जगह पर, एक हमारी किताब में, अगर उसको एक हमारी शास्त्र में नहीं, सूत्र में, एक सूत्र में अगर हम उसको जोड़ दे तो कौन सा होगा? तो ये बना तत्वार्थ सूत्र उमास्वाति जी का। इसके पूरा मेरा एक वीडियो है, आप इसको देख सकते हैं। जब ये बना, ये वीडियो, जब ये किताब बनी, तो सारे के सारे हमारे जो आचार्य भगवंत है, 13 पंथ के, स्थानक के, हर पंथ के, हर तिथि, वो क्या बोलते हैं, हर संप्रदाय के, उन सब लोगों ने इसे कंप्लीटली न्यूट्रल माना, यानी कि इसमें कोई ऐसी बात नहीं है जो स्थानकवासी बोलेगा नहीं हम नहीं मानेंगे, या कोई 13 पंथी कहेगा हम नहीं मानेंगे, कोई दिगंबर कहेगा हम नहीं मानेंगे। तो ये किताब है, जैसे उनकी बाइबल है, उनकी कुरान है, ये तत्वार्थ सूत्र आगम का सार है। हम में से बहुत कम लोग जानते हैं इसके बारे में, मगर आज हमने आपके सामने ये प्रेजेंट किया। ये किताब आई भी कैसे पता है आपको? ये इंग्लिश वाली किताब, जब मैं इंग्लैंड के अंदर एक आई कांट रिकॉल द एग्जैक्ट इंस्टीट्यूट, दे वांटेड एवरी रिलीजन टू बी रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय अ बुक, एंड देन दे वेंट एंड आस्क्ड जैन समाज पीपल। तो हमारे चारों संप्रदाय के आचार्य भगवान, गुरु भगवान, सब लोग मिलकर उन्होंने ये किताब के लिए मेहनत की, और सालों के बाद 60 लाख का इसका इन्वेस्टमेंट रहा जो फंड किया गया, और ये किताब इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट होके आई, और अब ये यहाँ पर हार्पर कॉलिंस की किताब हमारे पास है, और आपके बॉस्टन संघ ने इसकी प्रिंट्स बना के यहाँ पर अमेरिका में लाई। तो बॉस्टन समाज के लिए जोरदार ताली बजाइए, बॉस्टन संघ के लिए। तो दिस इज व्हाट वी विल बी वर्किंग ऑन। द बुक इज कॉल्ड दैट व्हिच इज, से तत्वार्थ सूत्र, से तत्व मतलब तत्व क्या है? प्रभु को पूछा गया किम तत्वम, पहला प्रश्न महावीर को पूछा गया, किम तत्वम, तत्व है क्या? तो महावीर ने कहा चीजें उदय होती है, चीजों का नाश होता है, और फिर वो स्थिर हो जाती है। उसका मतलब क्या कि हमारे भीतर जो पुण्य और पाप के परमाणु हैं, जब आप ध्यान की अवस्था में जाओगे, जब भी जाओगे, आप देख पाओगे कि वो उदय में आते हैं, और अगर आप समता भाव में रहे, इक्वालिटी में रहे, तो वो आए और चले जाए, और आपकी निर्जरा हो सकती है। इट्स अ वेरी डीप सब्जेक्ट, इतनी आसानी से समझ में नहीं आएगा, बट दैट इज पॉसिबल। सो दैट वाज द क्वेश्चन। Tattva means substance, you can't change. Earth is earth, air is air, water is water. You can't change space. This is the way it is. That which is. That which is. Ye aisa hi hai. That which is. This is what the book is about. And I'm going to make this attempt, a glorious attempt, with about 90 minutes or left, to show you the power of this book and show you how you can seek happiness, and where does what happiness even come from, and what is the reality, what is the meaning of reality what's the meaning of happiness, what are the classifications of happiness, all that and more in this one program. And I'm asking you, all you're investing is 2 hours only, but I'm here in your city for the next 3 days. Reach out to me, we can discuss more. Take this please. I'll be calling this back again. Take me to the next slide. So I went to the इनका नाम क्या जिन्होंने ट्रांसलेट किया? नतमल टाटिया जी। नतमल टाटिया जी ने इसका ट्रांसलेशन किया है, and I have been told that the best translation of Jain scriptures ever in English that has ever come out so far in the history of Jainism is in these 8 or 10 pages. We have many books over here lying with us. Please come, have a look at the book, go buy one of them if you want to, and read the translator's note, or just Xerox, or just take pictures of it, just take 10 pictures, and I tell you what, you're going to take 10 months to understand what is there written in that. But if you want to, all of this has been simplified in Jainism.simplified YouTube channel. I'm making videos every month for Jaina. Please have a look at them later from this content. Tattva Sutra is based on the premise that the goal of human life is liberation, which is defined as perfect knowledge, perfect intuition, and internal bliss. इस किताब का पहला शब्द, पहला सूत्र क्या है? सम्यक दर्शन ज्ञान चारित्राणि मोक्ष मार्गः. That's how the book starts. Samyak darshan jnana charitrani moksha margah. Moksha margah means I am in a space where there is happiness. Okay? For me to attain that space of happiness which is everlasting and never ending, I need to have the right perception, the right knowledge, and therefore the right conduct. For example, you're a businessman. How many of you are businessmen here? Raise your hands up. Or were businessmen? Raise your hands up. Yeah, so you knew your perception, मुझे business करना है, ऐसा business करना है, इस business को करने के लिए ज्ञान चाहिए, ये ज्ञान मिल गया तो अब मुझे काम करना है, काम कर गया तो profit आया, ज्ञान दर्शन चारित्र, तो मैं दर्शन ज्ञान चारित्र. मेरी health अच्छी नहीं है, I want to improve my health, so I go to the doctor gives me analysis. I now pick up the knowledge, what I need to take in terms of my medicines, or what kind of food, what kind of exercises. Therefore, I put in the action, and therefore I get healthy. Darshan Gyan Charitra. But if you're saying Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra, the word is Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra. And all the youngsters over there, what I'm trying to say is exactly this. Perception, the right knowledge, the right conduct to get the results that you want. You can get many results. For a businessman, money. For a person who's unhealthy, health. And for those who really want to grow in spiritual life, happiness. So now, let's understand, how do we classify what you've given me? Next slide. We're going to do the assessment first? Okay, after this the assessment becomes easier. Yeah? So I want you to look at 3 words here. Present happiness, click there please. As the clicking happens here, somebody can click there simultaneously. You can click the clicker with you itself, सबसे best. No, my phone, yes. So both happen simultaneously. No, आपने उल्टा किया है. That's उल्टा है. उल्टा पकड़ा है. Small thing making a difference. Okay. So now let's have a look at this. We can have something called as present happiness. Present happiness which is short-lived, joy and pleasure, like I like chocolate, or somebody said, if I get what I want, and he ran away, and then somebody said that, when I see others smile. So कुछ ऐसी happiness है जो हमको present happiness में qualification कर सकते हैं. Second one, please. Yeah. Next is called lasting happiness. Lasting happiness is equanimity, tranquility, meditative, spiritual, and nature-oriented experience. How many of you know the word? When they're giving you the sheets, don't get distracted, okay? Because they are saving time. But continue to keep your focus here, otherwise you miss the whole meaning there. My suggestion, guys, don't give it like this. My suggestion is just hand over 5-5. Don't even hand over. Leave them on the table, and I will tell them when to pick it up. Guys, don't touch. Anybody who's touching the paper, आपको दोष लगे. Don't touch the papers. Just let it be there. Otherwise, you lose the focus. You lose the essence of what I'm talking. So, present happiness. Now, this is so important, guys. You miss this, the whole session goes crazy. Present happiness, lasting happiness. How many of you know the word equanimity? Raise your hands up. 5 people in the hall. जब शब्द ही बता दी तो हम कैसे पहुंचेंगे? How many of you know the word समता भाव? Raise your hands up. ये है समता भाव. Samata bhav is equals to equanimity. One of my best videos on Jainism Simplified is on this. Was published last month. Fabulous. I mean, it's worth watching that video. You'll get everything about Samata bhav में कैसे जाए, दिमाग में क्या होता है जब हम समता भाव में जाते हैं, health कैसे चाहिए. It's fab video. Not because I made it, because that's Jainism's content. So what are we talking about? We're talking about trying to understand how to classify happiness, and we're saying present happiness, lasting happiness. Now for those kids who did not understand what equanimity is, or for those who didn't understand what samata bhav is, I'll explain to you. Jainism is also known as bhav pradhan dharma. Say loudly. Bhav pradhan dharma. Say loudly like you mean it. Bhav pradhan dharma. Bhav means emotions, pradhan means primary or first. Dharma yani ki dharma, not religion. Ouch. For another day. Right now we'll do this. Bhav, emotions, pradhan first. Bhav pradhan dharma. Dravya pradhan dharma nahi kaha hai. Bhav pradhan dharma means your emotions matter. And you should watch my LA's presentation when I came and gave the keynote speech there. Was on Leisha. It is there on the same channel. लेशिया में मैं 1 घंटे में समझा रहा हूं कि हमारे महावीर प्रभु की जो शास्त्र की बात आती है उसमें लेशिया यानी कि इमोशन का क्या जबरदस्त साइंटिफिक असेसमेंट है फॉर योर स्पिरिचुअल एंड योर मटेरियलिस्टिक लाइफ एग्जिस्टेंस. अमेजिंग स्टफ. यू मस्ट. क्या एक डायमंड्स है, कोहिनूर के हीरे हैं ऐसे ऐसे कॉन्सेप्ट्स. वी आर सेइंग इमोशंस मैटर फर्स्ट. हैप्पीनेस इज an emotion, yes or no? Come on, say it loudly, yes or no? That's it. Happiness is the biggest, is the most profound emotion that you can be in. It's a state of bliss that you can get there. But we're going to start from here. That I can get a happiness which is now and here in the present. I can have happiness which is lasting equanimity. Rahul, what is equanimity? Equanimity means there are different kind of emotions. I can have a bad experience, I can have a good experience, I haven't slept well last night, I am going through this, then the other. And with all these emotions, can I still stay in equanimity? Which is I don't get swayed by my emotions. Because the moment I get swayed in my emotion, मन में इमोशन आ गया तो उसके कर्म के परमाणु चालू और वो चालू होते आपके आत्मा के ऊपर पड़ेंगे. वो आपको टफ लगेगा, मैं आपको सिखाऊंगा आज. मगर अब थोड़ा फास्ट. आज अब मैं आपको समझाऊंगा कि हाउ डज दिस रियली टेक प्लेस. ये क्या साइंस है, क्या मेटाफिजिक्स है. I'll explain that to you. But for now I want you to understand the very basic. और वो ये कि समता मीन्स ना राग ना द्वेष. राग ना करूंगा, द्वेष ना करूंगा. मुझे 1 करोड़ मिल गया, oh I'm so happy, मेरा पैसा रुक गया, ओए प्रभु. The moment you do this and that, पुण्य पाप के परमाणु comes and it touches, you're in trouble. To see life the way it is, no attachment, no aversion, no attachment, no aversion, no attachment, no aversion, and stay there, you become Mahavir, you become Siddha. वो हम करे ना करे, एक पल में तो कर सकते हैं, पूरे जीवन में ना कर सके, एक पल में तो कर सकते हैं. करना सिखाऊंगा, समय मिला तो कोशिश जरूर करूंगा कि पूरा का पूरा 80 मिनट्स में करके दिखाऊं. Last one, and the last one is called eternal bliss, eternal happiness. जो मोक्ष में मिलता है, जो निर्वाण में मिलता है, वो ऐसा सुख जो आए और आए और आए और आए, जाता ही नहीं, वो बढ़ता ही जाए, बढ़ता ही जाए. Whoa, Sid, you said I'll be happy when I get whatever I want, right? Sid, get up please. Where are you? Sid, you said I'll be happy when I get whatever I want, correct?
No, I said I'll be happy when I get to do everything I want.
Everything you want.
Everything I want to do.
Everything you want to do, you'll feel happy when you get to do everything that you want to do. And you want to play on the mobile phone, your mom and dad should not stop you, therefore you'll feel happy, right? Hey dude, don't you think I know what you mean? Don't sit here, sit, come on, get up. So tell me, what do you want to do to feel happy?
There's lots of things.
Like what?
Traveling the world.
Hey, where's the camera? Somebody capture him when he's talking. It's like best part of the program. Who's got my phone? Yeah. Who's got my phone? Somebody I gave my phone to capture the video. Oh sir, जाओ ना उसके पास. बेचारा वो वहाँ है, तुम यहाँ हो. Sir, शाहरुख मैं नहीं, वो वहाँ जाओ. भाई, oh भाई. Small things make a big difference. Walk up to him. Yes sir, please tell me. Go no, the volume will not capture. Say it. Say it.
Like traveling the world, going skiing.
Travel. Then?
Going skiing.
Huh? Sleep. Next. Skiing. Okay, next.
I forgot.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Sit down. So I get happy. Sit down. I get happiness because I love skiing. But now it's summer. There is no snow. So therefore, my happiness becomes my sadness. I love chocolates. I love them. But when I eat 15 of them, I feel like puking. My happiness gives me sadness. I wanted to get married so that I can have happiness. I got married. I'm still looking for happiness. And somebody says, no, I'm a happily married person. I said, really, how? He says, yeah, I'm a happily married person. I am married and she's happy. Happily married. No, ये बातें अच्छी लगती है हंसने हंसाने के में. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want you to know today over here. What is really happiness? How do you really understand happiness? How do you qualify happiness? Once you can do that, it becomes so much more easier for us then to follow that. Like for example, we were late. Yeah, we were late. But I didn't start the session until all the technical things were ready. I wanted to make sure the slide, the presentation, the videos, the music, everything had to be there. Now I know, अब ये हो गया, तो राहुल अब results fast आ सकता है. तो हमने पुरुषार्थ वहाँ पर भी किया हमने यहाँ पर भी किया। मुझसे एक गलती हो गई और विरल भाई मैंने आपको बोला ही नहीं, मुझसे गलती क्या हुई is that when I hadn't slept properly last night and my body was like not so strong yet, my mind was not sharp, I hadn't spoken to my mother, my wife was trying to call me, I haven't spoken to her, I knew I was here and there were so many challenges we were going through. He came to me and I said, bhai, just leave me alone for some time, my mind is not I'm not in the flow right now. The moment I told you that, I lost my equanimity. And therefore I won't say it, Michambi. It's less about you, it's more about me. Because you are doing your best. Every person who is supporting is doing the best. They are not technical engineers, they're not sound engineers, but they're all doing the best that they can. We came, we changed the seating, we came, we did this, we did that. And they just kept allowing me to do everything I want to. I want you to put your hands together for all the volunteers over here. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for them, please. Whatever happens later, but this is their moment. This is their moment. They're doing a great job. In that great job that they were doing, my body and mind was just tired. I lost a moment of my equanimity. Now they're doing what they're doing, but I believe that I was trying to prove that they're right, wrong. No. The whole story was what I was going through in my life. And I'm like, Rahul, tu kar kya raha hai bhaiya? लोगों को समझाना है कि खुश कैसे करा, तू खुद ना खुश है। क्या मैं हमेशा खुश रह सकता हूँ? नहीं, ह्यूमन बीइंग हूँ। तो वो अवेयरनेस में जाना, पकड़ना, सॉरी बोलना, आगे बढ़ जाना, that is being in the moment. And all the three girls who just walked in a little while later, guys, welcome to the session. I know there's no place to sit yet, but we have 3 chairs and sofas here. The 3 girls standing, in case you want to come, you can come over here. My name is Rahul Kapoor and I'm not a bad speaker. Okay, let's move.
राहुल नाम तो सुना होगा।
See, ये भी एक प्रकार की happiness है। Now let's go back, please. Go back. Those 3, yeah. Now I want you to help me classify this. State of mind. Is it present happiness, lasting happiness, or eternal happiness? Present. What is it? Present, lasting, or eternal? Present. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Stay positive. Present. Being. Was that? Actually eternal. If you can just be in the state, you can just be. That's eternal. Family. Present. Inner peace. Lasting. Okay, things have to go well. Present. Why is this? Okay, being honest with myself. Lasting. Pleasant. Being pleasant. When all things are pleasant and going well. Present. Things get done in kitchen. This बंदे को तो मौका मिल गया था आज पूरे का पूरा खुंदस बाहर निकाल के बोलना था जिंदगी में वाइफ के सामने के किचन के अंदर खाना वेस्ट मत करो और मैं ना कहूँ फिर भी तुम जान जाओ कि मुझे क्या खाना है और बना के दे दो उससे ज़्यादा खुशी क्या होगी उसका तो मोक्ष इधर ही हो गया आज ये present हो गया. Then seeing others smile actually could be present, could be lasting, could be eternal because that's what Mahavir also did. क्यों ना मैं सब जीव करूँ शासन रसी. सब जीव करूँ शासन रसी. शासन का मतलब जैन धर्म नहीं, शासन का मतलब यूनिवर्स का लॉ. ना राग ना द्वेष समता भाव में इक्वानिमिटी मोक्ष. दैट वाज महावीर. सभी जीव करूँ शासन रसी. वाओ. और हमने उसको कैसा मरोड़ लिया अपने हिसाब से. नेक्स्ट, while I get what I want. Present could also be everlasting, who knows? But वहाँ पर क्या है? I want. The moment want comes in, you can't go in samtabha. So that doesn't qualify. Next, play. When I play, present. When I try my best, present. This is the classification of happiness. Now you know what you're seeking. And when you know what you're seeking, you can make a small change to bring a big difference. See if you want to change what you're looking for. Or say, Rahul, I want all 3, but in a different stage of life, at a different time, and I want to have a combination of all, and therefore we'll get better results. If I made sense, you can clap and let me know. Come on! And clap like you mean it. Now, let's do the first exercise of the day. You all have a sheet of paper in front of you. It has 2 sides. I wanted to go to the side which says personal, professional, and spiritual. So these are the kind of goals we can all be aiming for. We have somebody from the press coming in. We welcome you, sir, for being here. Thank you very much. Viral Bhai, we have somebody from the press coming. What's his name? Andy, thank you very much for being with us today. Appreciate it. Yes. Guys, did you notice small things make a big difference? Those three girls, we just had to acknowledge them, right? We had to acknowledge Andy. We had to acknowledge ourselves. Small things make a big difference. That's being Jane. Don't start the questionnaire till I ask you to do. All of you, if you hear my voice, lift your sheets up and show me. Now leave the sheet on the desk. Now get your mobile phone out and show me. Now I want you all to go to the camera of your mobile phone. You know what we should do next time? Have a QR code on the sheet itself. Now I want you all to look at your cameras and scan this QR code if possible. Otherwise, some of us will put it in our phone and go to people randomly. Now you can do the same exercise with me here using the QR code. Why? Because you will have this sheet which you can take back home. When you do this in the QR code, I can then do a research on what people in this hall are looking for, because I have a news for all of you. I have a news for all of you. You know what's the news? I'll give you when your QR code scanning is done. Now, you have an option to do this on the QR code. My first preference is do it on the QR code, take the sheet back home. But if you're too old, अगर आपको समझ में नहीं आता कि राहुल मैं QR कोड में कैसे करूं, तो वो इंग्लिश में वहां लिखा है, आप खड़े हो जाइए, हमारे वॉलंटियर्स आपके पास आएंगे और आपको हम हिंदी में समझाएंगे कि आपको कैसे करना है. If anybody is having a problem with the QR code, stand up, our volunteers will come and help you.
So I sent it to JSGA community. Use your neighbor's phone to scan QR code. You can
Next time, you should give them a link. Link is even faster.
I give the link.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to be with me for a few seconds. We've come to the point where we're doing something interactive, and if your focus is with me, will be great. क्या मैं आपका focus यहाँ ले सकता हूँ? हिंदी में आप कर सकते हो. दो sides है. पिछली वाली side अभी नहीं करनी है. आप सबके लिए एक news है. Can you all look at me, please? Jaina Long Range Planning Committee and Rahul Kapoor, in association with your son, is giving you a gift. We are not here to impress that Rahul is a good speaker. We're not here to throw upon this concept of journalism on you. We're here for simple transformation, one at a time. The gift we want to give you is, after this program is over, we will give you 100 days. 100 days of free session with me, using WhatsApp and Zoom, and I will give you 1 month at a time to implement the strategies that we're talking. We will take all your responses and show you the transformation happening live. At the end of a month, I'll go live on Zoom and I'll do another 90-minute session and show you another concept, another 90-minute session after a month. So 3 months I'll be with you, and this is going to cost you $9,500 if you are in the corporate world. We are giving this to you in this place for $6,000. I'm still joking. We're giving this to you for free. Free के लिए तालियां और $6,000 के लिए ये साला कहाँ से आया है? So we will give you the link on how you can join me and how you can join us, and we'll show you how transform. I'm here for 1,000 transformations. And for this, if you want to know this, that we don't involve money with dharma. So therefore, मेरा बहुत clarity मैं जैन धर्म सिखा रहा हूँ, तो उसमें कोई पैसा का उपयोग नहीं होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि जब मैं साधु भगवान के पास गया और पूछा कि सबसे बड़ा दान कौन सा, तो उन्होंने कहा शयन दान, अन्न दान, अभय दान से भी ऊपर ज्ञान दान. और जब मुझे समझ में आया कि मैं महावीर का ज्ञान देके पैसे ले रहा हूँ, तो जब आचार्य भगवान ने समझाया, मेरे वाइफ को कहा, तो मेरे वाइफ ने पैसे डाले एनवेलप में. जहाँ जिस मंदिर से मैंने पैसे पे लिए थे, when I came to Atlanta for the first time, my entry in America for Jaina was in Atlanta, 2015. It's like a whole month for me. So we took the money and gave it back to all the sons, and we said, you keep your money, we don't need it. Because हम पैसे नहीं पुण्य कमाने आए हैं. Yeah. If you still wish to support my work, you can definitely call me to your companies, your families. I do a fabulous job with families for 12 months coaching as a family coach. We do some great work with corporate world. If you want, you can always call me for that. So when I come for the corporate work, I can always give more time to the sons over here. Right. Having said that, why are we doing this? Is because we want you to get connected with us and understand what happiness is and start the journey today over here. हिंदी में करना है तो हम आपके पास आएंगे, हमारे volunteers आपको समझाएंगे लिखना क्या है. There are 2 sides of the form. Don't use the second side of the form. Use only the first side of the form, which says personal, professional and spiritual वाला जो है, वो ही fill करना है. If you don't understand the questions, I will do it with you. So we finish it together and fast. Can I have one, please? Okay, let's start now. What are you seeking for in your life? Over the next 6 months, let's say. पर्सनल लाइफ हमने एक एग्जांपल दिया है वहां पर. आप अपना लिखिए कि पर्सनल लाइफ में आप क्या पाना चाहते हो. लिखो. When you start writing, your thoughts becomes words and words becomes actions. मन, वचन, काया. मन की बातें वचन में लाओ, वचन की बातें काया में लाओ. जब 3 साथ में होगे तो रिजल्ट्स आएंगे. That's the way to go. Start. First question. What are you looking for in your? Just do at least one. So at least we have something to play with. एक चीज. और फिर 3 महीने के बाद आप मुझे कहो राहुल, this happened or didn't happen. If it didn't happen, I'll guide you on how to make it happen. So personally, what is that one thing that you want to achieve in your personal life in the next 6 months? Professional life. So personal life में मैं कह सकता हूँ कि I want to start meditating, I want to exercise more, I want to get a first class or first rank or better grades in my examinations, or I want to have a better relationship with my family, or I want to overcome my anger, or I want to whatever that you feel that you want. In your personal life, what is it that you wish to achieve? At least write 1, 2, or 3. Second, professional life. For example, I can say my professional life, I want to establish my work in America. I want to take my work online. We want to build up on social media. So I can write what I want. What do you want in the professional life? Agar aap retired ho, to write nothing. Or if you want to start something, write something. Next, religious. This word religious is a misprint. Cut that word and write down spiritual. Spiritual likho. What do you want to achieve in your spiritual life? Now, you can say, Rahul, to achieve success in spiritual life, I want to start doing puja. That's okay. I want to read books and do swadhyay. That's fine. I want to listen to some pravachans of Acharya Bhagwans online. That's good too. I want to overcome my anger and be in samta bhav. That's nice too. आप समझ रहे हैं? मैं हिंदी में बोलूं. मैं आपको ये पूछ रहा हूँ कि आप अपने जीवन में क्या पाना चाहते हैं अगले 6 महीने में. हेल्थ, पर्सनल लाइफ, फैमिली में, तो वो पहले लिखना है. सेकंड वाला, अगर आप घर में काम, मतलब आप बिजनेस नहीं करते हो, काम नहीं करते हो, छोड़ दीजिए. तीसरा वाला कि आध्यात्मिक जगत में आपको आगे कैसे बढ़ना है. एंड मनोज भाई, वी शुड डू दिस इन 2 languages if possible. उसके बाद there's one thing which says seeking happiness. And for those of you watching this video right now in India or any other part of the world, I am right now in Atlanta. We were looking at about 150 people, but I can tell you this, there are more than 200-300 people in this hall. It's all packed and people are sitting wherever they have the space. And we're doing this session called Shape Path to Happiness. Message is simple. There is a lot of need and hunger for people to understand Jainism, and we're doing exactly that here today. The Sangh has done a great job. This is one of the most beautiful temples. I've been told this that the idol here is 51 inches, and Acharya Sri Chitrabhanuji himself was here for the pratishtha of this temple. It's a privilege for me to do this session. We are stood around 15 hours here for the first time at the Jaina Convention, and this is homecoming for me after 8 years doing another session in Atlanta. But this is a long, big workshop of transformation. Have a look at the people. This is amazing. Now, I was just getting a short video there. Now I want you all to go to the next question. What am I seeking? Are you happy? Now on a scale of 1 to 5, generally if I ask you, भैया आप कितने खुश हो? It's a very open-ended question. मालती अगर मैं पूछूंगा, you say no Rahul, in which area of my life? And generally, if I ask you now, कि मालती जी आप कितने खुश हो? So you can say, yeah, I'm just about making it. I'm mostly happy. I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy. Just now, always. I love you. Thank you. Next question. At present, what is happiness for you? Happiness? What happiness are you seeking the most? Prioritize. तो 3 नंबर मैंने दिया है. Is happiness for you joy and simple pleasures, which is present happiness, low, medium, high, rated? Is happiness for you equanimity or tranquility? Lasting happiness, 1 to 3, rated. Is happiness for you achieving moksha in your life? If that's your ultimate happiness you're looking for, rated 1 to 3. हाँ? अंकल मैं आपको हेल्प करूँ यहाँ पर. मैं अगर आपको पूछूं कि ज़िंदगी में आप फिलहाल कितने हैप्पी हैं, तो आपको यहाँ टिक करना है मेरे जाने के बाद, और यहाँ पर लिखना है कि अगर आप प्रेजेंट हैप्पीनेस को ढूंढ रहे हैं तो लो, मीडियम, हाई, तो 1 to 3 यहाँ लिखना है. यहाँ पर अगर आप इक्वानिमिटी, समता भाव के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हो तो 1 to 3 कितना लिखना है, मीडियम, हाई कितना कोशिश करेंगे आप, और ये मोक्ष के लिए तो यहाँ लिखना है. पीछे बढ़ा नहीं पाएंगे, ठीक है? कोशिश करिए, आपको हेल्प करिए प्लीज़. आंटी समझ में आ रहा है ना आपको? आप फिल नहीं कर रहे, दो मैं आपको नो प्रॉब्लम. रखिए ना अपने पास। Okay, everybody, with about 60 plus 10, 70 minutes remaining, we will now move forward. So, the back-end team in India are actually awake right now, so there will be a score that will come to me in some time. I'll share with you the score. But let's move forward from here. And can I have the next slides coming up, Manoj? Can we go full screen, please? Can we go full screen? Yeah. Now, the question we are asking here is, how does Jain path lead to happiness? That's the question we should ask. Does Jain path lead to happiness? What is your answer? Say yes or no. Yes. Jain path is only and only about happiness and nothing but happiness. Samyak darshan gyan charitrani moksha margaha. Moksha marg means eternal happiness. Jainism is telling you that you can reach the state of eternal happiness. I'm moving backwards. Everlasting, never-ending happiness. But Jainism also says that your very existence in this world should be for you to achieve a state of equanimity. Hamesha samta bhav mein raho. Lasting happiness. And like that young girl said sometime back, and she said, I feel happy when I see others smile. Present happiness. Jainism वो कहता है जियो और जीने दो. हर इंसान को, हर living being को, every living being has a right to live. And therefore we kill no one, we harm no one. By thoughts, words or actions. And therefore Jainism says present happiness for yourself and others. Jainism says equanimity, samatha bhav, and therefore tranquility is spiritual growth. And it says eternal quest. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just proven that Mahavir Prabhu said about all three happiness, and therefore he created Chaturveda Sangha, Shravak Shravika, Sadhu Sadhavi. He did not say all of you get straight into Sadhu Sadhavi. He said Chauda Gunasthanak, पांचवें में तुम व्रतधारी, छठे में तुम साधु, चौदहवें में तुम मोक्ष को प्राप्त कर सकते हो. That is what he said, and he said Yatha Shakti. That is Mahavir. So now you know the classification. Let's do a revision. Three types of happiness. What are they? Present, that you are happy, you make others happy. Second, lasting, equanimity, samatha bhav mein rehna. And samatha bhav mein rehna hai, तो ये जो मैं कर रहा हूँ नहीं, वहाँ पीछे देखो, वहाँ पीछे देखो ऊपर, वो जो कर रहे हैं वो करना है. There is no other way to access equanimity until and unless you do what he did. This is what he did. This is what he did. This is what he did. For hours and hours together. And that's purusharth. That is self-efforts. This is what you learn. This is what you need to learn to do. When your body can't take it, when your mind is going in thousands of directions, to bring the attention back, to be able to breathe, to get into from that breath, into sensations and vibrations, from those vibrations into the awareness of atoms, from those you are able to see Samyak Darshan, and then when you see the Darshan that's going in, and then from there you start playing around is a weak word. From there you start engaging yourself to get the right knowledge to stay without any disturbance, and therefore you're in equanimity, and then you reach the state of bliss. But you and I, yeah, that's what we're doing. Living like animals, not knowing that our state is supposed to be in solitude and silence. And you're running around like crazy. I mean, they're not running around, your television is on like crazy. If not otherwise, your WhatsApp is on crazy. Hey, what's wrong with you? This is your God. This is who you want to be. That's your purpose. If you want to be a footballer, play football, not cricket. If you want to gain happiness, don't play for sadness. to switch, what you do? Rewire your brain. Be an outstanding person. Outstanding? What does that mean? When all my friends are having a party till 4 o'clock in the night, I can still make a choice to be away from that place and stay with myself and make sure that I spend the 2 hours, 1 in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, minimum, at least to give it to myself, because if I can't do that, I am not living, I'm dying. You're a human being, not a human doing. How many of you here are human doings? Raise your hands up. How many of you here are human beings? Raise your hands up. Liars. Sorry, I was harsh. Being means to be in the state of equanimity. That is being. A dog is a dog, not a being. But he's a living being. Yeah, he's a living being, but who's only doing. He doesn't know how to be. You know how to be. I'll teach you now in a few moments who you are, what your power is, and what you're really born for. You'll be amazed to know this. When I walked into this hall, there were no lights, and I said, get the lights on, get the lights on, get the lights on. We can't see the screen. Can you see the screen, yes or no? Yes. Say loudly like you mean it, yes or no? Yes. Then why are we conditioning our brain to see that we can't see? The screen, the lights came on, you're bright and alive. So all the screens going in, they're exactly like we need to do. What am I doing? I'm creating an atmosphere, an environment for you to thrive in. मैंने अभी भी इनको ये कहा कि आपको ये समझना है कि आपका पोटेंशियल बहुत ज़बरदस्त है। महावीर प्रभु ने 3 प्रकार की खुशी की बात की। वो खुशी जो हम अब प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, खुद और दूसरों को खुशी देकर। दूसरी जो हम समता भाव में जाकर कर सकते हैं। समता भाव में जाने के लिए शांत बैठना पड़ेगा, जो हम करते नहीं करना शुरू करना पड़ेगा। और फिर मैंने कहा कि हम मोक्ष मार्ग पर जा सकते हैं 14 गुण स्थानक से। ये तीनों बातें महावीर प्रभु ने की है। इंग्लिश में ज़्यादा बोला ताकि बच्चे समझ आए। No, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the ladies in the back, so that she knows why I'm spoken Hindi. Of course, yes. महावीर प्रभु जब बोलते थे तो दिव्य ध्वनि थी, मतलब he spoke in a language that he spoke, but every living being understood in their language. And I know you are महावीर की अनुयायी हो, तो माता माफी करना, मैं आपकी बात समझ गया। Now, let's take it one step forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the most fundamental things that's going to change the way you look at Jainism. Click. So, what is the Jain path? Now, we said Jain path to what? Oh, come on, everybody. Jain path to happiness. Say it like you mean it. Come on, quick. Jain path to happiness. There are 3 types of happiness. Number 1, come on, say it loudly, fast. Present. Feel it, give it to others. Second, lasting equanimity. You have to learn to go in silence and solitude. Third, and therefore, if you do these things, you are on your path to 14 Gunasthanak, for which marg is different. Today I will not speak. Now, Rahul, but there's so much about Jainism, like, oh boy, ye mat karo, wo mat karo, ye kitchen dharam hai, ye mat khao, wo mat khao. I don't understand Jainism. Jainism is not for me. It's just too old-fashioned. Goddamn, I think you guys are just following this because it's blind faith, so on and so forth. And I can say, come on! Your ignorance cannot be your perception. Change your perception and then talk. And then I'm going to see which of the religion goes into so much of depth. I love you to challenge me because I've read some part of the Bible, I've read some part of Quran, I've read some part of Gita, I've read some part of Jainism. I don't practice Jainism like you do. I practice Jainism means if I have to speak for 1 hour, I do 6 months of research. Scientifically, I test on my body. I go to psychologists, psychiatrists and read their books. Then I apply to my body and my family. Then if I know this is working, I come and talk. That much amount of research. With doctors, scientists, psychotherapists, psychologists, guru holders, myself. Then I talk to normal people and go and do this. Authenticity है तो ही बात करेंगे वरना बात नहीं करेंगे. Big responsibility to be on the stage today. मुझसे बड़े-बड़े तपस्वी यहाँ बैठे हैं. मुझसे बड़े-बड़े scholars यहाँ बैठे हैं. धार्मिक पाठशाला के लोग यहाँ बैठे जो पढ़ाते हैं. बुजुर्ग बैठे हैं. I cannot do injustice to you. I can't manipulate you. कुछ देना चाहते हो वहाँ से तो सिर्फ आशीर्वाद देते रहो नॉन स्टॉप. इस बच्चे को थोड़ा और एनर्जी मिले ताकि ये काम करता जाए. और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. बाकी महावीर का ज्ञान कर लेगा. So, this is it, and I love this. And thank you so much, Manoj Bhai, for creating this for all of us. This is the man who has done months and months of work, years of research, his brother Yogin Bhai and Dr. Manoj, these are the people who actually created this whole concept. I'm just presenting in my way, but this is the guideline framework given by them. Put your hands together for them, please. Really good. And thanks to LRP that I'm here doing this for you. So now understand Jainism in such a simplified fashion, like so simple. Jain philosophies, Jain principles, Jain practice. Everybody loudly. Jain philosophies, principles, practice. Say it again. I can't believe there are 200 people sitting in here. Come on. Every mouth has to move. Let's do it. Philosophies, principles, practices. 3 P's. Philosophies, principles, practice. Why do you make us repeat 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4 2s are? Come on, faster. 8 2s are 16.3, 17.4s are? You can't give me the answer. जो practice करते हो वही बनते हो. Good morning, sir. Practice किया बन गए. Change that. That's why I make you practice, because the brain works both ways. You can practice wrong things, you can practice right things. It needs repetition. 3 P's. What are they? Principle, philosophy, practice. The philosophies will give us this. I want to explain to you in the next slide. Next. So philosophies will be about life, karma, soul, moksha. Principles will be about ahimsa, anikantvan, and the parigriha. Next. Practice is about how you really practice in your day-to-day life. When you leave from here today, tomorrow you should be able to practice. When you leave from here today you should be able to practice Jainism. Like with awareness, not on the car. किसी ने कहा हमने कहा यार come on, क्या बात कर रहे हो? You should test it on yourself and see if it works for you or not. जब तक खुद के ऊपर प्रयत्न करके नहीं देखोगे, प्रयोग करके नहीं देखोगे, और खुद के ऊपर रिसर्च नहीं आए, तो वो जैनिज्म नहीं है, वो अंधकार है, मिथ्या है. Rohit bhai, Kencho. Right, so now let's go on. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yes. ये मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ, ये तत्वार सूत्र कहता है. Next slide. हमने इसको खोल के बताया आपको. हमने कहा modifications के वो भी समझा देता हूँ. Okay? So this is Jain philosophy, theory of life, theory of soul, moksha and karma. So I'll go this way: life, soul, karma, moksha. Then I go to ahimsa, anikant, aparigraha. Now you get a question. कह राहुल तुम क्या बात कर रहे हो? हमारे तो 5 महाव्रत होते हैं. क्या होते हैं? 5 कितने होते हैं? 5 महाव्रत. ठीक है ना? तो बेटा आपका नाम क्या है?
Shilpi Jain.
What are the 5 महाव्रत? कोई बात नहीं. I'll come to you. Are you good?
Ahimsa, Acharya,
Shilpa, wait. You go to the Pathshala, right?
No.
No? Okay, then give me the answer.
I don't remember. Ahimsa, Acharya.
What's your name?
Shilpi Jain.
Dad's name?
Jitendra.
Mom's name?
Seema Jain.
Which city are you from in India?
Delhi.
Where do you live now?
Atlanta.
What are the 5 Mahavrats?
Ahimsa, Acharya, Satya, Brahmacharya, and one more.
So, ये अब आपके पास आऊँगा तो इंदिरा जी कहते भाई मेरे पास मत आना, राहुल आगे चले जाना, मुझे तो पता ही नहीं है. 5 महाव्रत बोलिए.
झूठ, अहिंसा, चोरी.
झूठ बोलना. झूठ बोलना.
मैं नहीं बोलती.
नहीं 5 महाव्रत क्या है?
सत्य.
वेट.
सत्य, अहिंसा.
गिनो मैं आता हूँ. थोड़ी देर में आऊँगा. पता नहीं. And when kids in America ask the parents to follow, how do I follow Jainism? They say, go to the temple and do the puja. You come to the temple and you see the controversies. You see all the kriyas. You see the chadavas. And you don't understand what's going on. And then you ask your parents questions, they have no answers. And your parents are smart. They come to me and they say, हमारे बच्चे हमारी नहीं सुनते हैं, ये जैन धर्म में नहीं मानते हैं, राहुल कुछ करो. ये मुझे ये नहीं कहते कि मुझे जैन धर्म पता नहीं है इसलिए बच्चों को समझा नहीं पा रहा हूँ, मुझे सीखना है तो कुछ करो. कहीं पे निगाहें, कहीं पे इशारा. प्रॉब्लम हमारे ऊपर और बच्चों को कोसना. Today is a day of awareness. दुख हो रहा है तो होना चाहिए, क्योंकि जब दुख मिटेगा तो सुख ऑटोमेटिक आ जाएगा. सुख को ढूंढना नहीं पड़ता है, दुख को मिटाना पड़ता है. जो चाहिए उसे कैसे पाना है, महावीर ने आंसर कुछ और दिया और आप कुछ और कहते हैं. Human doing. If I do this, I will become that. If I do this, I will become that. If I do this, I will become that. So what do? If I work hard, if I tell my children what to do, if I ask my children what to do. Mahavir never said be human doing. Mahavir said be human being. Be. Now what does that mean? I'll explain to you when I'm closing the session. अगर हमें यही पता नहीं है कि हमारे 5 महाव्रत क्या है, तो मुझ जैसे ना जाने कितने लोग स्टेज के ऊपर आके आपको कहीं भी किसी भी चीज को मैनिपुलेट करके चले जाएंगे और आपको पता ही नहीं है कि ये बंदा मुझे सिखा नहीं रहा है, मैनिपुलेट कर रहा है. मैनिपुलेशन से निकलना है तो ज्ञान में जाओ, ज्ञान में हो तो तुमको कोई मैनिपुलेट नहीं कर पाएगा. एंड दैट्स द मैसेज आई वांट टू गिव एवरी सिंगल पर्सन सिटिंग ओवर हियर टुडे, दैट इफ यू लुक एट वेयर जैन समाज इज गोइंग, इफ यू लुक एट वेयर जैन धर्म इज गोइंग, वी आर इन ट्रबल. We do not know our own Jainism, and therefore we are not able to practice. Our children do not know. They want to feel happiness inside. You and me can't give them, so they will look at your internet, your YouTube, and find somebody else, and they're going to go there. And if not there, they're going to go into a pub, because they can get happiness for a few minutes at least over there. Or they're going to go with their friends, partying and stuff, which is not wrong, but that's happiness too. I don't have a problem with that happiness. It's okay if they want to do, until they understand what's right and wrong. For Rahul Kapoor used to drink, used to smoke, used to party, used to have fun. I hated Jainism and I hated Jains. And I said, I'll never be around any Jain in my life. I'll not get married to a Jain girl. This is Rahul Kapoor Jain. The transformation happened. And I realized the difference between present happiness, lasting happiness, and eternal happiness. And I said, damn man, what am I doing? I'm living for myself, not for my family. I learned to live. Hindi bolo.
Now, darshan, charitra, tapan, and moksha.
Beautiful. Yes. Darshan, jnana, charitra, tap and moksha.
Darshan, charitra, tap, and moksha.
बहुत सुंदर. ताली बजाएंगे. I'm giving you a social message of happiness because what Manoj Bhai was telling some time back is that the LRP is not just interested in giving you some session, but we're here for a transformation. Not some session, a transformation. A transformation can happen, I don't know how. Somebody might start coming in time from tomorrow, that's transformation. Somebody will understand Jainism slightly better, that's transformation. These young kids sitting out here, I've gone through what you're going through, man. And in India, I had nobody I could look up to who could teach me Jainism in a simplified fashion. And I used to complain. And then I just took the responsibility and said, if there is no one, let me be the one. And in that transformation, I transformed my life. I used to hate my wife. I had a girlfriend who was Muslim. I gave up. She gave me up. Actually, she dumped me. I had a Hindu girlfriend. We decided to get married and she went to Pathshala. She started doing puja. But my dad passed away. My mom said, beta, tu papa ke jane ke baad intercaste marriage India mein chance hi. I went to her, I said, look, mom says, no, that day, till today, I've never met her. I said, mom, tu choose kar kisi. She said, I know this girl, she's nice for you. I said, give me 1 month. I met her, I liked her. I said, done. Shaadi ho gayi. उसने शादी की पहले कंडीशन रखा कि मैं जैन खाना खाऊंगी, जैन धर्म अपनाऊंगी, मैं भी जैन ही हूँ. तो I said, of course, मैं तो ट्रेनर हूँ. दिमाग में बोला कि अभी दुनिया को चेंज करता है, इसको भी चेंज करो. शादी हुई, हम लोग जाते हैं, खाना खाते हैं, तो वो होटल के अंदर जैन खाना मंगाती है, मैं अजैन खाना मंगाता हूँ. 2 बिल आते हैं, 6 महीना चला, 7वें महीने बताया साला है व्हाट्स नॉनसेंस. लेके पनीर की सब्जी विद कांदा वांदा उसके मुंह में डाल दिया. उसने रोया वहाँ पे होटल में. I realized, shucks, this is wrong. That day I told myself that okay, when I'm out with you, I'll eat Jain food. Then वो घर में लाना बंद कर दिया. Okay, when I'm in the house, I'll stop eating Jain food. Then I said, I have to convince this girl that she's wrong. So I went to Mara Sahib and said, Mara Sahib, मेरी बीवी कहती है यही खाओ, क्या है धर्म ये नहीं होता, धर्म से उससे बड़ा होता है. Mara Sahib ने मुझे समझाया, but I was not convinced. I went to understand the science and I got convinced. I was like, ouch, she was right. I gave up all non-Jain food. Then उसने प्रतिक्रमण कराया, सामायिक कराया, ये कराया, वो कराया, प्यार का तो कर लिया. उसके बाद वो इतना घुसी उसके अंदर, I got frustrated with her. हम लोग बाहर घूमने गए and हमारा सूटकेस खुल गया. सूटकेस खुला तो उसमें से पूरे वो सामान थे. उसने टच नहीं किया. पीरियड्स था, पीरियड्स है तो वो टच नहीं कर रही है, मैं गुस्सा आ गया. I went to Mara Sahib and said, she is crazy. She doesn't know how to practice Jainism. And I got convinced that she was practicing Jainism. I was not. So it's a journey. You don't ask your kids to change overnight. They have to learn. You have to guide them. You have to give them the choice before they make the choice. I'll explain to you. Just observe, okay? Please get up better. You have a choice to eat food. Okay? I just want to ask you, if I kill a living being and give you that living being, would you want to make a choice to eat that food versus I give you the food which is very compassionate and which is very nicely done, which is very good, tasty, and you have that food too. You have a food with compassion, you have a food with violence. Given a choice, what choice would you like to make?
The compassionate one,
Reason for that?
because I'm not harming any living being.
Yeah, but you know this present happiness is about you being happy, giving others happiness. And when you are in present happiness, you can go to the lasting happiness. So therefore, if I want lasting happiness, I need to start somewhere. And the start point is happiness for me and happiness for others. Is that convincing?
No, but I don't want to hurt others for myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you don't want to hurt others, so you are happy, others are happy.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, connection है ना? Connection है ना? बच्चों को ऐसे समझाओ. They should make a choice. You can't force them. When you force them, it's motivation or manipulation. When they get inspired, that's inspiration. I've spoken exactly for 1 hour, 30 minutes, 90 minutes non-stop. If I'm making sense, clap and let me know. If you clap louder, I can take some water. Keep clapping. Clap for others next to you who are sitting over there.
We'll take a quick break while he's drinking water. There are 2 cars blocking the parking badly. We are not able to use the gravel parking back. The one car is BWX 1709 Toyota RAV4, and second car is Nissan Maxima XTH 414. So we are going through the session. Potentially we will do all the key bolies here as well. Aarti Mangal Devo, everything before we leave, whenever we can, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I have the survey result of what you have filled, and these are the results that we got. Are you happy on a scale of 5? 4 or 5 है नहीं क्या? नहीं है. मतलब कोई यहाँ पर है नहीं. So this is the result I've got. We have this percentage of people. Do we have a percentage score or how is it? Is it a percentage score? Because this doesn't make any sense otherwise to me. So if you can give me a percentage score, so I'll see how that goes. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with that slide there. So, Jain philosophies, there are 4 philosophies. Philosophy of life, philosophy of soul, philosophy of karma, and philosophy of moksha. Can you all say the 4 fast please with me? Philosophy of, just say life. I mean that's theory of life, soul, karma, moksha. Look at me, without seeing that. Start now. I'll spend about 10 minutes on this. In 10 minutes to explain all 4, it's not a joke. Let's try this. Give me the next slide. So what is the first one? Philosophy of life. Now, philosophy of life को समझने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे कि am I making a mistake? Okay, fine. You're explaining these things. Is that how you want me to do this? Okay. So that we've told you the 4. Okay, my mistake. My apologies. Next, okay. Give me a second. Okay, let's start from here. There are 3 P's. What are the 3 P's? Philosophy, principles, practice. Now I'm in philosophy, okay? There are 4 philosophies. What are they? Life, soul, karma, moksha. I'm done with this for now. I'll come back and revisit this later. I'm here now. Which is that? Principles. There are 3 principles. I asked you 5. So 5 Mahavrat, Ahimsa, Achaurya, Satya, Aparigraha and Brahmacharya. इन 5 के ऊपर बात करनी थी, मगर मैं बात कर रहा हूं इन 3 के ऊपर, अहिंसा, अनेकांत और अपरिग्रह. तो अहिंसा महाव्रत है, अपरिग्रह महाव्रत है, तो बाकी के 3 कहां चले गए? तो जब उमा स्वाति जी ने उसको क्लासिफिकेशन किया, तो उनको इन दोनों के बीच में वहां पर लगा के रखा है. ओके, वो किताब यहां पर है, बाद में पढ़ सकते हैं, बट लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हियर. द सेंट्रल थीम ऑफ द तत्वार्थ सूत्र इज नॉन वायलेंस, नॉन एब्सोल्यूटिज्म, व्हिच मीन्स टू से अनेकांत, एंड नॉन पोसेशन, व्हिच मीन्स टू से अपरिग्रह. बाकी के जो 3 महाव्रत है, इनके बीच में इन्होंने लगा के रखा है. अब ये 3 क्या है? 3 A's. 3 A's of Jain principles. What are 3 A's? Say it loud. Ahimsa, anekant, aparigraha. Ahimsa, anekant, aparigraha. I'll teach you that also in about 10 to 12 minutes if we do a decent job with everything today. Next one. Then we go to Jain practices. Jain practices बहुत सारी है. हर चीज में. I'm walking on the road. I know I'm going to kill some animals. I just say a prayer. Bhav Pradhan Dharam. Hey Prabhu, मैं I'm starting my day. In this, I'm going to be moving. And therefore, if I kill any animal or living being, not animal, any living being, by knowingly, unknowingly that I can see, I can't see, I say sorry. I start my day. Wow. See, kitna aasan tha. But I can also go to Vratadhari Shravak, Vratadhari Shravika. When you have a choice, now I'll only go for 25 kilometers today, not more than that. 25 miles, not more than that. I'll only do this. I'll eat food, but only from one kitchen, not from many. So this is a beautiful way of understanding how to practice Jainism. Millions of ways. We've given you 24 today. Ahimsa mein, we have about 8 over here. Read them loud. Vegetarianism, forgiveness. Can you read it? Ouch. Coming there. Coming there. Okay. Can you do this now together with me? Ahimsa mein, vegetarianism. I would say Jain, vegan or vegetarian. Forgiveness. Can you read this loudly with me? Compassion, service, yoga, carefulness, no intoxicants, stress-free. Ahimsa. Par and swa, I'll teach you that. Anekant mein, open-minded. Can you say it loudly with me? Meditation, respect, humility, straightforwardness, scripture reading, equity, prayer. Let's go to aparigraha. Balancing needs and wants, contentment, fasting, penance, controlling your sensual organ. Yahan par aa gaya, kaun sa? Brahmacharya. Then you see, art of dying, next, charity, next, environmentalism, geo or jinilgo. You see, everything is captured here. Got it? So, let's do a recap fast, everybody. First P is fast. First P is philosophy. What are the 4 things? Life, soul, karma, moksha. Now we go to the next one. Principles. What are 3 A's? Ahimsa, Anika, aparigraha. And then practices. We have 24. You can choose any that you want now for the next few months that you will be with me. If this has made sense, I have captured the essence of Jainism in 10 minutes. Clap and let me know. आसान था ना? इसको और आसान करके जाऊंगा ताकि आपके दिमाग में हर कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में कि यार मैं ये हूं, ये करना है, ये महावीर है, ये मेरे प्रभु है, ये रास्ता है, इस पे चलना है. That's all. ना श्वेतांबर, ना दिगंबर, ना तेरापन, ना कुछ नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, और था ही नहीं, है भी नहीं, होगा भी नहीं, हो ही नहीं सकता. ये सारे के सारे हमारे फैमिलीज है. मेरी फैमिली है, आपकी फैमिली है, आपके फैमिली के अंदर कुछ वैल्यूज है, और वो वैल्यूज जब हम अपनाते हैं तो वो आपके फैमिली का कल्चर हो गया. Correct? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Do you have a Chinese neighbor, American neighbor, Japanese neighbor around your house? Possible? Yes or no?
Yeah.
They all have different cultures because they have different values, and therefore the cultures are different. In Jainism, we have 4 houses. We have Digambar house, we have a Shwetambar house, we have a Terapanth house, and we have a Sthanak house. And all 4 houses have the same culture because we are talking about the same values, but the way you present your house is different. Therefore, here, the way you present your sect is different. क्या फर्क पड़ेगा कि हमने मुंहपत्ती लगाई या हमने कपड़े पहने या ना पहने? Important ये कि महावीर की बातें वो अगर हमने ले ली तो ये हमारा घर का आदर होना चाहिए. घर के अंदर पेरेंट्स है, पेरेंट्स का आदर होना चाहिए. सबके पेरेंट्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, हमारे पेरेंट्स ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो उनका आदर, गुरु का आदर होना चाहिए, आचार्य का आदर होना चाहिए. आपको ना मुझे कोई भी ये राइट देता है कि वी रेज अ फिंगर टुवर्ड्स देम. हमें राइट ये देता है कि वी लर्न व्हाट दे वांट टू टीच सो वी कैन फॉलो महावीर. Okay, everybody stand up. Stand up. I know. Raise your hand up. Raise your hand up. Only the left hand. Only the left hand. Shake the hand. This hand up. Shake the hand. If you can play track number 3, if it's possible. Okay? Okay? Both the hands up. Raise your hands. Now, one of you please come here so fast. Jaldi aaye, jaldi. Bhag gaya. Yahan aaye. Now I want you to look around people and give them a shake hand like this and say, good job. Don't ever say, good job. Okay? The one who meets the maximum number of people in the next 30 seconds gets the prize. Go! Do it fast. Music louder. you can actually do celebration the way the youngsters want with the English music, or the way you want with Jain Bhavna. But it's all about the way you make small things help you create big difference. Let's clap for everybody in the hall, but don't look at me and clap. Let's look around and clap for everybody. Come on! Look around. Thank you. Please be seated. I will train you, I will coach you, I will mentor you, I will guide you, I'll help you to understand each of these principles one by one, month after month after month, when we guys go back into the Zoom session. But right now is the time for us to understand the most prolific concept of this basic fundamental which you have to understand before you understand what Jainism is about. So, let's understand the theory of life. Okay? To understand the theory of life, you need to understand what Sutra says. Jiva Jiv Punya Pap Ashrav Sambar Bandha Nirjara Moksha. 9 Tattva. This is all that it is, 9 Tattva. ये पूरा का पूरा 9 तत्व में खेल खत्म, इनफैक्ट खेल शुरू। हाँ, 9 तत्व के अंदर उसमें हमने पहले क्या लिया, हमने कहा लाइफ, तो साइंस ने प्रूव करके दिखा कि ये सब है। क्रिश्चियंस कहते हैं कि जो कुत्ता है, बिल्ली है, उनके अंदर तो आत्मा ही नहीं हो कहते। हाँ, तो चलो वो जो कहते हैं वो कहते हैं, हम क्या कहते हैं? Jainism says that you can classify everything into substance, living beings, non-living beings. Matter, medium, motion, rest, space and time, which is all your biology, geography, your biology, chemistry, physics and the rest. Everything is here. This is what Jainism says. Living, non-living. In living we say immobile and mobile. What is immobile is 1 sense, what is mobile is 2 sense, 3 sense, 4 sense, 5 senses. We have animals and we have human beings. This is theory of life, according to Mahavir. If there are any doctors sitting over here, if there are any people who have understood other faiths, you realize this is the most authentic, most prolific, and most in-depth analysis given by anybody 2,400 years ago. Mahavir. Now, let's understand the nature of soul. नहीं पहले उनको वो तो समझाओ कि भैया जीव अजीब होता कैसे, मैं मालूम क्या पड़ेगा। तो ये है जीव. This is you, living being. कि ये जीव और ये अजीब. Who are you? Living? Living. Say it loud. Living? Living. You're a living being. Or are you living doing? Doing. Human being or human doing? Say it loudly. Human being or human doing? Human being. Okay. Now comes the second part, which is the soul. Now, go to the soul part, please. Let me explain this to you in a very simple manner. Like, open it up for me. So, soul. This is a theory of soul, but you need to understand in a simplistic fashion. I understand, but academic theory काम कर लेते हैं. So, सम्यक दर्शन ज्ञान चारित्र वीर सुख, sorry, मैं mistake हुआ. सम्यक दर्शन ज्ञान वीर्य और सुख. This is what the soul comes with. Inbuilt है. Inbuilt है. It is inbuilt. Now the question from the youth. What is soul? Yeah? वो कहाँ है? Proof कहाँ है मेरे भाई? तुम तो कहते कि वहाँ जाओ, equanimity, but साला मैं तो यहाँ हूँ, पता ही नहीं दुख के अंदर हूँ, सुख वहाँ, दुख यहाँ, दुख को मैं कैसे मिटाऊँ, सुख को मैं कैसे प्राप्त करूँ? राहुल आंसर दूंगा। ये दोनों काम करते हैं पहले समझा देता हूँ कि आपके आत्मा में इतना सारा पोटेंशियल है, अब आत्मा के स्वरूप है वो दिखा दो भाई। ये सब टेक्निकल बातें हैं जो आप सुनते होंगे अपने प्रवचन के अंदर कि ये फिजिकल है, इंडिस्ट्रक्टिबल है, जेंडरलेस है, एजलेस है, इट इज नॉट डिवाइसिबल, इट इज नॉट विजिबल, ये सब ठीक है, अच्छी बातें हैं। मेंटल है तो डिजायर फ्री है, ईगो फ्री है, अलोन है, थॉट फ्री है, पोसेशन है, मेटाफिजिकल में इमॉर्टल है, प्योर है, ये हमको समझ में आ गया, ठीक है। पर द यूथ को ये भाषा नहीं समझ में आएगी, यूथ को नहीं, आपको भी नहीं आएगी। सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं। मैं कौन हूँ, जीव या अजीब? जोर से बोलना, जीव। सो आई अंडरस्टैंड। नाउ that's life. Next is what? Soul. Now इन दोनों का कनेक्शन समझना है, उसके बाद दोनों का कनेक्शन। Okay, let me explain to you this. Microphone, Shahrukh bhai, Himanshu bhai कहाँ पर है? Okay, microphone लीजिए and go to this gentleman here in the blue shirt. Sir, please stand up. What's your name, sir?
Neeraj.
Neeraj bhai, what's the difference between a toy and a robot?
Robot can have a programming, it can operate on its own.
Absolutely. And therefore, robot can do something. It can achieve a goal for you.
Sure.
Good. What's the difference between a robot and a human being? हिंदी में कर लेते हैं खिलौना और रोबोट के बीच में क्या फर्क है और रोबोट और ह्यूमन बीइंग के अंदर क्या फर्क है या
ह्यूमन बीइंग आप खुद प्रोग्राम कर रहे हो रोबोट को और आपके पास दिमाग है रोबोट के पास खुद का दिमाग नहीं है
राइट मतलब आपके पास क्या है चॉइस फ्री विल कॉन्शियसनेस कुछ है मतलब कुछ तो है आई स्पीक योर लैंग्वेज ओके द लैंग्वेज यू स्पोक नॉट माय लैंग्वेज द लैंग्वेज यू स्पोक नॉट महावीर योर लैंग्वेज यू सेड ये टॉय है और ये खिलौना रोबोट है इसके अंदर एक प्रोग्राम है ये प्रोग्राम अगर सही से चलेगा तो इट कैन डू समथिंग करेक्ट नाउ देन यू सेड दिस इज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग दिस इज नॉट डू समथिंग इट्स नॉट डूइंग इट्स बीइंग सो यू सेड दिस इज ह्यूमन बीइंग एंड ह्यूमन बीइंग हैज अ कॉन्शियसनेस ओके आई गॉट इट लेट्स कम बैक हियर नाउ इफ दिस रोबोट गेट्स अ वायरस कैन इट परफॉर्म इट्स ड्यूटीज प्रॉपर्ली देन व्हाट डू यू नीड एन and then an antivirus. Then can go on to do his job. Great. Okay, perfect. Now let's say this software is called C++. Example. Okay. You're a technical guy. No, you're not. C++.
Yeah.
Now this is a robot. This is a human being. This has some software which is running it. Agar software gets a virus, it can't perform. This is human being, and therefore it has consciousness. Now consciousness is like C++ over here. It's just a software. I mean, just as a software. It's software. Now this is a software. And this software is making your human body move. Sounds convincing? His language, yes or no? Oh, come on. Yes or no? Yes. So this is it. Now this can get a virus, so it will not perform properly. Now this human being, so let me ask you, what's your nature?
Depends, ask my wife. Honest answer.
No, I'm not asking you, Neeraj, right? I'm not asking you what is Neeraj's nature. I'm asking you what's your nature.
Complete peace of mind.
So who are you?
Human being.
This is a very fundamental question which we start our children with in conversations. Who are you?
That's a very good question.
Who's Neeraj? Neeraj is husband of, what's her name?
Nimisha.
So Neeraj is the husband of Nimisha. Nimisha can tell you what my behaviors and personalities are. Nimisha can't tell you your nature.
Ask her, she can tell me.
Ask me. I've read the scriptures. Nimisha can tell you what this human body and mind is doing, and the human body and mind can tell you, I am a certified consultant of Commerce International, one of the youngest trainers in the world for in 65 countries. And what I did when I was 22 years is I understood how the brain was functioning and what happens in your brain, what's the difference between behavior, personality and nature. Behavior changes very frequently. Your wife can tell you your nature changes depending on what food she gives you. Personality is something that she will find it difficult because she says, "Maan aisa kyun isko bada hai?" But nature, she herself doesn't know because nature is not something that a human body can access or a human mind can access. It's the consciousness that accesses it. So what's the nature? Nature क्या है? Nature ये जो आपने पहले देखा अनंत वीर्य, अनंत दर्शन, अनंत ज्ञान, वो आपका nature. Nature of the sun is to give you brightness. Nature of the moon to give you pleasantness. Nature of you. Who are you? I am a software. What's the name of the software? Soul. What's the nature of the soul? To do something. What? Like this job. I'm supposed to move like a robot and perform a duty. Like that, I am supposed to move like a human being. Not doing. Being. And as I'm a being, as I am a being, when I know there is anger, I don't have to do anything to overcome anger. I have to be peaceful, not do. Be peaceful. Oh, when I understand that I don't need to do something, I need to be. When I am being, I'm not doing. When I'm being, तो आवरण हटते हैं. Ignorance goes away. When ignorance goes away, then the software's job is to perform for the robot. Your nature is to be in peace, forgiveness, compassion, solitude, silence. And therefore, when you don't do, but when you learn to be and then you do, when you learn to be and then you do, you reach a state of awareness of your true purpose in life, which is moksha. Then you understand karma and you get there. The nature is important. You need to understand the nature. Jeev, a jeev. Who are you? Jeev. Human being, right? Jeev. And therefore there is a software called soul. उससे ज़्यादा चिंतन करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. बड़े-बड़े आचार्य भगवान के साथ बैठ जाएंगे पूरी जिंदगी, तब भी इसका आंसर नहीं मिलेगा. मैंने आपके conceptual understanding के लिए समझा दिया, समझ में आ गई बात, तो we are moving forward. Then we go to what? Karma. And then we go to moksha down, please. Now we go to karma. What do I do with this karma? इसको कैसे समझो? Let's explain theoretical, go practical, bring it back, and we move really quick to the next one. How are we doing on time? Super bad. Let's go. Karma. So what is karma? See, this is the body, human being. That's the soul. I've explained that to you. Now there is a connection between the body and the soul. There's a magnet in between the two. There is a magnet in between the two. And this magnet attracts particles of karma. Okay? Are you with me? Can somebody help me? Can somebody give me the glue? Can somebody give me the markers here? I know, but I have to do this. Don't worry, we will do a good job. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble. Hold this for me, please. And this is your body. That is the soul. This is the magnetic flow of the world. Give me the white powder. This is your punya ke actions. Give me the red powder. This is your bad karmas. Give me the yellow powder. Then some more of this. There. Oh, red wala de do. Oh, red wala de do. Red dabba. Do jaldi do. And then I wanted to put the plastic gloves, but I don't have the time. Then this. And then all this gets mixed up. And now that is your karma. Karma particles between the body and the soul. Your whole purpose is to get rid of this. Do we have a tissue paper? Your whole purpose is to get rid of this. But Rahul, how does this even come? Through your thoughts, speech, and action. The moment I think negative, these thoughts get attracted here. Then what does it do? The moment it comes, it gets stuck over here. How does it get stuck as punya pap? Next slide, please. Next slide. Yes. So, now you can have virtues. You do the good things like forgiveness, modesty, straightforwardness. Or you do the bad things, anger, ego, greed, deceit, krodh, man, maya, lobh. Depending on what you do, this gets attracted to your soul. Next slide. When it gets attracted to your soul, how does it get attracted? Level of intensity. Like for example, stay back. For example, level of intensity is loose like water. I got upset. It's tight like sand. I got mad. It got tighter like wood. I really get angry. It got tough like rock. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't you want to say what I say? Don't do this. You are crazy. It's just all attractive. Like that. Now try and give me a paper and let's see, hold it. I'll try to remove it. The more you try, the more you realize it's not so easy. Either in this life or next life, you keep working to eradicate karma so that the soul becomes light, reaches moksha. So, 4 things. Theory of life, say fast. Theory of life, theory of soul, I'll explain to you. Theory of karma, and therefore you go to moksha. How do you go to moksha? Next slide, please. So if you want to learn Shastriya language, in Shastriya language you will see 14 Gunasthanak. You and I will be somewhere in 3 here. We need to go to 5 at least, and then you proceed further. For this, you have to call me for another workshop. We've simplified for the youth. For the youth, we've simplified this, that at least try to do the basics like this. At least do what they are. Just show me the picture, we go fast. Don't do harm to yourself or other people. Be happy every day in every action you take. Stay in equanimity, no rag, no dvesh, and you can attain moksha in this life, in this moment. Leave when you go there, but here, as you just look at your life, moksha could be experienced here, at least for now, for the youth. I hope I've explained to you. Thank you. Now, even faster, for me to take the next part. Let's go quick, so that I can get you all into wrap up. I'm keeping an eye on the watch. I promised you whatever you promised me time, I'll make sure not one more minute than what we promised. This is my commitment to you. I will not take a minute more. Okay, cool. Now, ahimsa. What is ahimsa? Next slide, please. Okay. Okay, so I can look at all this. Ahimsa is not harming, helping others, thoughts with actions, by doing, others doing, and appreciating. How do I, Rahul, explain to me this in simple form? Simple. Ahimsa को समझने के लिए हिंसा समझना पड़ेगा. Hinsa means what? Hinsa means harm. Swahimsa and parahimsa. No, I need a light song. I'll explain to them, don't worry. Everybody say swahimsa and parahimsa. Say loudly. Swahimsa means the himsa I do to myself. Jainism talks about swapar. It starts from self and then out. If you want to spread happiness, you have to be happy. जो अंदर है वो बाहर आएगा. If अंदर क्रोध है तो क्रोध ही बाहर आएगा. क्या नहीं मजा आ रहा है ना? क्या कंटेंट है, क्या महावीर, क्या कॉन्सेप्ट, क्या डिटेल, क्या स्पेसिफिसिटी, क्या सूक्ष्मता. मतलब कौन सा लीडरशिप प्रोग्राम में इतना डेप्थ में कोई आदमी जा सकता है? क्या मेरे पुण्य हो गए कि मैंने वो सीखा. यहाँ पर मनोज भाई ने बुलाया, LRP के कारण मैं आपके जीवन के अंदर ये ला रहा हूँ. वाह, क्या मजा आ रहा होगा, क्या आनंद है. ये ध्यान, यही मेडिटेशन, यही जीवन है, ये पुण्य है. वाह. So Swahimsa. What's Swahimsa? I'm horrible, I'm not capable, my body is not good, I don't like the way I am, my wife is not good, my life is not good, my kitchen is not good, my house is not good, my education is good, I'm like this, I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh, really? You're creating a barrier to express your own potential. That's called Swahimsa. Yes, I don't like this, I don't like that, and I keep troubling all the people around me. वो हिंसा है. मैंने खाने में ध्यान नहीं दिया, सुनने में ध्यान नहीं दिया, दूसरे प्राणियों के बारे में ध्यान दिया. वो हिंसा है. ये हिंसा कैसे होती है? मन, वचन, काया से होती है. सोचा, थॉट, भाव, प्रलाप, धर्म, उससे भी हिंसा है. मैंने सोचा नहीं, मगर मैंने किसी और को करने के लिए कहा. किसी और ने किया, मैंने उसको प्रोत्साहित कर दिया. तो कर्म, करावन, अनुमोदन. ये तीन, कर्म, करावन, अनुमोदन, mam, vachan, kaya, swa and parhinsa. That, ladies and gentlemen, in 3 minutes is what hinsa is according to Jainism. Next. So what do? That, hey guys, all the youngsters here, especially you and the parents too. Now, if you want to understand swa ahimsa, मतलब अपने ऊपर अहिंसा कैसे करें, हिंसा ना करें. Reduce your stress, do yoga meditation, do exercises, eat well, no smoking, no alcohol, no drugs, because you can go high on life and I can teach you how to do. Just give me a chance. So once you understand that I can do ahimsa with myself, it's not technically what Umaswati ji says. We have made some modification so that our kids understand that body is important. Magar Rahul, sharir to क्षण भंगुर है, निश्वर है. I understand that. मैंने शास्त्र पढ़े हैं. शास्त्र में क्या कहा है कि शरीर के ऊपर ममत्व नहीं रखना है, वो अलग बात है. और शरीर स्वस्थ नहीं होगा तो तुम धर्म कार्य में कैसे आगे बढ़ोगे? तो धर्म ये कहता है कि शरीर का स्वास्थ्य का ध्यान रखो, ममत्व मत रखो, ताकि ये आपको आध्यात्मिक जीवन में आगे लेके जाए. This is for those who understand प्रवचन. Next one. So now I can expand ahimsa from myself to other people with whom I can be angry, I can be caring, I can avoid anger, I can be caring, I can have empathy, I can have forgiveness. From there, fairness, no enemies. From there, making sure we care for animals and other people. From there to environment and therefore climate change and all that. Mahavir did not speak only about yourself, Mahavir spoke about the entire universe itself. That is ahimsa, and world which is looking for solutions not only for their human beings and living beings but for the entire environment and the existence of the universe. Mahavir has already spoken about this. You should clap for Mahavir. So now, Rahul, how do I overcome my anger and how do I stop ahimsa? How do I stop hinsa on myself? For that, ladies and gentlemen, we are giving you the 1,100 days of commitment of my time. I want to teach you through videos, through activities, through exercises, through discussions, through group activities, and I will do Zoom sessions every month for you for the next 100 days. This is my commitment for you. This is Jaina's commitment for you. This is LRP's commitment for you. Next slide, please. Anika, very quickly, we'll move fast on this. But I want to spend some time in the question and answer, so I'm giving you conceptual understanding. Am I going too fast? You're okay? Okay. Next slide. So now what is this? You went too fast? Anikant miss हो गया? कहाँ है? लगाओ। कुछ तो लगाओ। ये अनिकांत नहीं है, ये कुछ और है। Yeah, that's Anikant. Respecting and seeking acceptance of multiple viewpoints. Sir, खड़िए माइक्रोफोन दीजिए उनको. खड़ो सर, आप ही. हाँ, आज आप हमारे फेवरेट हो गए. जल्दी पकड़िए माइक. आपका वाइफ का नाम क्या है?
निमिषा.
निमिषा आपकी क्या लगती है?
वाइफ.
निमिषा और क्या क्या है?
मदर है, सिस्टर है, फूफी है.
आप उनको देखते हो तो फूफी दिखती है उनमें. कौन दिखती है?
बेबी.
100%. क्या आप निमिषा बोलो? फूफी. नहीं ना? जरा भी नहीं. कितना शुद्ध रिश्ता है आपका उनका. मजा आ गया. मैं उनमें सिर्फ मेरी धर्मपत्नी देखता हूँ और कुछ नहीं देखता हूँ. ये जो वो है, वो जो रोल प्ले करती है, जिस दृष्टि से हम देखते हैं वो एकांतवाद. दृष्टि बदलती गई तो वो अनेकांतवाद. एग्जाम्पल. नेक्स्ट. यस. नहीं, कुछ तो गड़बड़ हो रहा है यहाँ पर. Oh, is it the one? Okay. My mistake. Okay. So I can have an absolute view. This is who my wife is. She's only a wife and nothing else. That is it. You're in trouble, my friend. Tolerant view. नहीं, वो मेरी भी है, किसी और भी है. मेरी कुछ लगती है, किसी और भी कुछ लगती है. Then डायलॉग. तो इसको कन्विंस करने के लिए हम एक डायलॉग करते हैं कि भाई इसका सही में वहाँ ससुराल है, ससुराल में वो भाई बहन है, वो वगैरह. ओपन माइंड करके अगर आप जाएंगे तो आप देख पाएंगे हाँ मेरी बीवी ये भी है, वो भी है और ये भी है. एग्जाम्पल. My daughter, yes, last week my wife called me up and she said, Rahul, Dia is sleeping in the evenings every day. She's not going and doing her jobs. She's supposed to go for further education next month and she's wasting her time. Talk to her. I have a view. I called her up. What should I say? Why aren't you going? Correct? So that was my wife's view. I changed my view. I said, Beta, knowing you, you're a very fabulous girl, and if you're not going to the gym, and if you're sleeping, something must be wrong. What is wrong? She said, Dad, thanks for asking the question. For the first time in my life, I've been leaving you all and going for further education, staying in Pune. I don't know how to deal with the stress and fear. I said, Beta, what would you like to do? You want me to coach you? I'm a great coach. She said, no, Dad, I don't need your coaching. But I'll speak to my coach. So in my family, every member of my family has a coach. And I don't coach my family, they get coached by others for whom I pay. And I'm a coach to so many families around the world. I'm doing a good job. But I know it's my wife, my daughter, attachment हो जाएगा, परिग्रह हो जाएगा, वो समझ नहीं पाएंगे. Next slide वो आ रहा है, तो combine कर रहा था कि we save time. Then, when I tell her, beta, talk to your coach, but I'm still there as a super coach. She said, Dad, got it. ये होता है अनेकांत. कितना आसान है. अब बच्चे आपसे डरेंगे नहीं, बच्चे आपके पागल फैन बन जाएंगे. नेक्स्ट वन. सो ये है एब्सोल्यूट व्यू. ग्लास आधा भरा हुआ है, ग्लास आधा खाली है, ग्लास आधा भरा हुआ है, ग्लास आधा खाली है, ग्लास आधा भरा हुआ है, ग्लास आधा भारी है. यही तो हम कर रहे हैं सब पागलों के जैसे. पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज या फिर सेक्स के अंदर क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग? क्या भरा क्या खाली. नेक्स्ट लाइन. तो ये जब हम अपना सोचते हैं तो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स आती है. नेक्स्ट चाहिए. जब कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स आती है तो रिश्ते में दरार आती है. नेक्स्ट चाहिए ना. या अगर हम कहें कि भैया खाली है, आधा है, दोनों प्रकार से देखते हैं तो क्या होगा? ओपन अप. हम आपका सोचेंगे, आप मेरा सोचेंगे, एंड देयरफॉर इंडिया पाकिस्तान हो या यूक्रेन रशिया हो या घर में परिवार के बच्चे हो या हस्बैंड वाइफ हो या सास ससुर हो या सासू माँ हो, हर जगह अनेकांत से हम खुशी फैला सकते हैं. खुशी फैलाना इसलिए है क्योंकि लाइफ की थियोरी है, ये मेरा जीव है, जीव के अंदर सोल है, सोल के ऊपर कर्म चढ़ रहे हैं. कर्म चढ़ेंगे तो मैं अनंत सुख को प्राप्त नहीं कर पाऊंगा. अनंत सुख को प्राप्त करना है तो कर्म को गीला करना है, फिर मतलब फीका करना है ताकि वो निकल जाए. उसके लिए अनेकांत से होगा क्या कि मैं अपने सोल को नॉट डूइंग, बीइंग में लेके जाओ, एंड बीइंग का मतलब मेरा सोल का स्वभाव ही है टू बी पीसफुल, और मैं जब सासू माँ के साथ पीसफुल हो गया, किसी और के साथ पीसफुल हो गया, तो मेरा जीव जो है वो यहाँ से वहाँ जा सकता है. दिस इज द मीनिंग फॉर डूइंग दैट. नेक्स्ट, we don't have time, so we move forward. And aparigraha का मतलब क्या है? Very simple. Aparigraha मतलब I can live just one powerful slide here. Just put that, knowing the difference between this. I have my needs, I have my necessities, I have my comforts, I have my wants, I have my greeds. What are you living your life with? Every greed of yours, I want more diamonds, great. I want more clothes, great. Every shirt you wear consumes 2,000 liters of water for production. Every fruit that you get in your house is coming from a certain farm in a van or a vehicle into your fridge. All of that is consuming so much of life. Be aware of what you eat, how much you eat. Be aware of what you wear, how much you wear. Be aware of what you're buying and how much you're buying. Because every buying of yours is A, creating attachment, and therefore the soul gets heavy, karma gets tighter. The moment you come into this and you go back and say, I live, others live, and therefore this is the theory of life. I'm going to reduce my consumption so I can live very happily. And remember, those people I have met, those who live with small needs are more happy than those who live with big needs. And they call me, I coach them, they give me thousands of dollars per hour, and yet they are unhappy. Happiness is not in attachment, happiness is in giving away. Keeping track of time, and I'm doing super well. Let's do a recap. 3 types of happiness: present, lasting, eternal. 3 principles, 3 P's, sorry, 3 P's. Philosophy, principles, practices. Philosophy, 4 philosophies: life, soul, karma, moksha. Then we go from there to the practices, 3 practices, 3 principles: ahimsa, anikan, aparigraha. And then we go to
24
practices. You can choose the practices, as many as you want. How do we do it? I'll get you started with 2 practices per principle. 2 for ahimsa, 2 for anikan, 2 for aparigraha. Ready for this? Come on, let's do an energy check. Are you still here? Okay, there we go. The sheets are coming your way. When these sheets come, again you have a QR code. You can choose that, or you can just do a physical check. Take these sheets along with you, because when we do the Zoom sessions, you will need them. When you do the Zoom sessions, you will need them, right? So, what we have up here for you is 24 practices, 24 Tirthankar, 24 hours, 24 practices. Now we don't want you to focus on all 24. We will just do 2, 2, 2 in about 5 minutes. I come back and I take you to the conclusion of the session thereafter. We do the boli, we go for Mangal Devo and Aarti, and we go for food. I'll stay here for questions and answers later. Now, stick to the 6 that we have there, sir. Now, this comes from go back. Go back. And I want everybody's attention here. If you hear my voice, clap once. Clap 2 times. Clap 3 times. The questionnaire in your hand. The questionnaire in your hand, which you will now be embarking on as a first step towards your transformation, was created by Jain, son of Greater Boston. Listen. Greater Boston. The students of the Pathshala 17 years ago, we picked up that content, we modified it, and we're bringing it to you so that you can practice what your children in America have developed. Clap for the children, please. Clap like you mean it. Now, the QR code is there. The sheets are with you. Now listen up carefully. There are 4 sides to the handout. Say yes or no. Everybody look at me, say yes or no. You will only fill the first set, and I will do this with you, so we save the time. Alright, so clear. Jain journey to self-reflection. First, my practice of Jain, vegetarian and vegan diet. The word Jain is missing. If you please add it, my apologies. Are you with me, all of you? QR code chahiye? Le lijiye. Can we have the QR code there? We will get it for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, have a look at this. First is about food. Jain food is missing. Please take your pen and make a note. Jain vegetarian vegan diet. Second is my practice of forgiveness. ये पहले वाले दो है, ये हो गया अहिंसा के लिए. Forgiveness and ये. दूसरा वाला mindfulness and meditation. ये हो गया आपका अनेकांत के लिए. अनेकांत को जाना है तो पहले मेडिटेशन में जाना पड़ेगा. उसके बाद my balancing needs and wants and my environment. ये हो गया अपरिग्रह के लिए. Now we've given you 5 levels. एक साथ में करेंगे, बाकी आप कर लेना. My practice of vegetarianism or veganism or Jain food. I'm not a vegetarian. Is there anybody in this hall who's not a vegetarian? And if you are not, for example, if there's somebody who's not vegetarian, you eat eggs or you eat non-veg. If you do, then you can raise your hand up and stand and acknowledge yourself. And if you don't feel like standing and acknowledging, then you feel that something is happening in your body. If something is happening in the mind and body and you feel, oh damn, I'm not feeling comfortable. If you're not feeling comfortable and if you still do, then that is injustice to yourself. Because nobody is there to assess you except you. And if your assessment says, hey, if I'm doing, I should be proud. If I'm not proud, it's wrong. If it's wrong, I want to give up. Make an attempt. That's transformation. Make a choice. The choices you make today determines what you become tomorrow. Next. My practice of forgiveness. तो वहाँ पर 5 है. फिलहाल आप कहाँ पर हो? 1 में हो, 2 में हो, 3 में हो, 4 या 5 में हो. Open-mindedness में आप कहाँ पर हो? And then, in the Zoom session, I will help you to level your scores up, to take you to the next level. So in the next 100 days, you should be able to see whether this program was an investment of time for transformation or whether this was just another waste of your time. I'm here for results. And I can tell you, if we get the results, great. If we don't, then 2 things happen. Either you were not good or I was not good. And I can tell you, I'm damn good. So the choice is yours now. Just joking. Go fill the form. Giving you some more time, we played track number 2 in the background from the folder that I was having. The folder was a track 2. Soft, soft. Can I have some water, please? Some water. Okay, due to paucity of time, can I ask you to stop now? Okay, we have the scores of the previous survey. In the previous survey, on the score, we have more than 65 or more than 55 people. They're saying they're mostly happy. Then there are a few people who are here who are saying they're happy, and then we have a majority of people over here who are also experiencing this. So, if this is the reflection of where we are, when we do this exercise after 100 days, we would like to see if we can have all people moving to this 4 and 5. That should be one of our objectives. Now, I can't do this in a scientific manner because we only be using thinking and feeling as a assessment, as a medium of assessment, which you will authenticate for yourself. Okay. Let's go back to the last few slides and I close the session. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what have you done so far? How can you be in touch with me? What are we going to do after the session is done with? And how do we take it further from here? Before I actually get down to all these things, I want to show you one example, just one example of where we are coming from as far as these 6 practices, these practices are concerned. Give me one slide, that's enough. Any one slide of your choice. Go for, no, give me, okay, let's go vegetarianism. Vegetarianism. Would you please make sure that we get, That doesn't matter. कोई बात नहीं, चलेगा. ये करे या forgiveness करे? एक कर लूँगा. चलेगा? ये भी चलेगा. ये Jain ऐड कर लेना उसका, Jain food ऐड कर लेना, please. हाँ, forgiveness करते हैं. तत्वार्थ सूत्र के अंदर, open the book if you can. वहाँ पर लिखा है, verse number 7.6, 7.11. Have you ever heard a Christian sermon being delivered? Yes or no? In Bible they always quote. In Jainism we never quote, and we are quoting here. So you know we're talking authentic stuff and not Rahul ka thought ka process. I forgive all creatures, I cultivate friendliness with all, I harbor resentment against none. There's another one which says, a description of all 10 dharmas, morality is the perfect forgiveness. Now इसका scientific benefit कहाँ आता है? वो समझने के लिए पहले ये समझो कि forgiveness होता क्या है? Forgiveness has 2 components: asking for forgiveness for your mistakes and giving forgiveness for the other's mistake. I have added another one: forgiving yourself too. When I do all of these things, what happens at the neurobiological level? You must see my speech in Jena, which I delivered this week. That will be, last week, that will be up in about a month's time on the Jainism.simplified channel. I can tell you, one of the best speeches you will ever hear on Jain platform about what happens to our brain and our body with Jain practices is amazing. Mahavir ने जो कहा कि तुम आत्मा से परमात्मा बन सकते हो, I've taken the concept of epigenetics and I've explained that to you. You must watch that video. It took me 6 months to prepare. I went through a course on understanding metaphysics and conscious medicine in America to be able to present that program for you. So I'm putting in work for that. What happens with, if you practice, Tattva Sutra says, do forgiveness. This is the definition. Now science says, when you practice forgiveness, you lower the risk of heart attack, you improve cholesterol levels, you get better sleep, you have less pain, low blood pressure, less anxiety and depression. That's meaning, this is scripture, this is science. Where do I come from? I come from, that is life, this is soul, this is karma. This is karma, where you leave, Manoj Bhai, is where I'm picking up. So we leave from here and we say, if I forgive, मेरे इतने सारे पाप के जो परमाणु हैं, वो फीके होंगे, I can reach faster towards eternal happiness. So every practice of Jainism takes you closer to eternal happiness. Starts with happiness now in the present. Then it takes you to lasting happiness. Then it takes you to eternal happiness. And if you want me to be happy, you to be happy, then keep clapping and spread happiness. So there's a lot more here, but I'm moving on. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to get into the last few minutes to conclude the session. But before I do that, I am going to take 2 questions. Why? Because questions open their mind. Rahul, we don't have time? Of course I know we don't have time. But 2 questions so that we solidify what we've learned. Then I give you what I call the world's best gift and 100 days commitment. Next, I will give you contacts of how to be in touch with me, and then we'll leave from here. Now, before that, 100 days commitment and questions. Anybody who has a question for me, any question is fine. I mean, any question. You asked me a question on egg is vegetarian.
Some children think egg is vegetarian, depends on how they were.
Yeah, correct. So they're saying that, see, I did not, the hen did not produce egg, I produced it genetically, and therefore, technically it is not egg, it is not life. That's what they're saying, right? So what you want to know is, now for anybody who has this question, you need to understand who you are. You are made up of cells. How many cells do you have in your body? Trillions of cells. Every cell has ability to produce multiple cells. Those cells, when you go deep inside, creates DNA. And those DNAs, when you go deep inside, creates your genes. Now, gene is what you're talking about, genetically modified food. So you've taken somebody else's gene, which is a living being, from the DNA, which is a living being, from a cell, which is a living being. And from that cell, which is a living being, what you've done is you have actually created an egg, which is done in a laboratory, genetically modified food. You tell me, is it vegetarian or non-vegetarian? The question is yours to answer. Second, Jainism is not dravya pradhan dharam, it is bhav pradhan dharam. Bhav means, if I know I'm eating an egg, when I know I'm eating an egg, it also creates a certain emotion of that. Versus when I know I'm fasting, it creates a certain emotion of that. It's a choice that you have to make again. And on this subject, you can call me again, we can have an amazing two-way conversation, because in a one-way conversation, I can only give you so much answer. If I was convincing in the way I've explained to you, if I brought you a new perspective, clap and let me know. Is this how you clap with full potential? Yeah. Next question and last question. I can take more questions later. Last person there. Sir, I don't have, oh, you're the mic. Go ahead, ask the question, sir.
So I have a question. How you motivate yourself for the eternal happiness which you are not going to experience?
Says who?
I'm not going to experience right now.
Says who?
Says me.
Why?
But it's like the small
When you
the
already
present
have
happiness is what.
Basically, let me convert your question into Hindi. राहुल, इस प्रपंच में, इस आरे में कोई मोक्ष नहीं जाने वाला है, इसलिए यहाँ पर कोई मोक्ष जाने वाला है तो मैं क्यों? Is that what you mean?
It's like what I'm not gonna see, how I'm gonna motivate myself.
Dude, sorry, what's your name?
Amit.
Amit bhai, what are you talking? Your words are wrong. Your words are wrong. Your question should be, Rahul, how do I experience eternal happiness? Full stop. It's like, for example, डॉक्टर साहब ने मेडिसिन दी, डॉक्टर साहब आपका मेडिसिन दे रहा हूँ, मैं ठीक नहीं होने वाला हूँ, लेने का क्या मतलब? इसलिए मुझे कैंसर है, मैं अभी जाके केमोथेरेपी लूंगा, मैं ठीक नहीं होने वाला हूँ, उसका क्या मतलब? और ऐसे ऐसे केसेस यहाँ पर आपके अमेरिका में जो मैं मिला हूँ, वैसे लोग जिनको 4th लेवल का कैंसर था, एंड वहाँ पर जो उन्होंने कीमोथेरेपी ली, वो ठीक हुए, स्वस्थ हुए, और उसका एग्जाम्पल कल नहीं मेरे मोबाइल फोन में मैं आज दिखाऊंगा, अब दिखाऊंगा, यहाँ दिखाऊंगा. एंड व्हेन आई वेंट टू बॉस्टन, I had a choice to sleep in my bed or get up at 3:30 in the morning and go to see the sunrise. I went to see the sunrise because I knew it was going to be an amazing experience. And there was a guy sitting next to me who had cancer. And the guy walked up all the way onto the mountain and he was right next to me. And I said, look, I had a choice. My doctor said, I'm not ready to climb the mountain yet. I just recovered from cancer. But I chose to walk up because this is my life and I'm over here. Only 5 people were there, all the way on the top. Him, me, and the 2 people who I went with, was another stranger. If that guy had in his brain that I have cancer and I cannot walk because nothing can happen, he will never be able to ignite his inner potential. You're like being like a Chandra Kaushik who's going and really biting so many people. Biting, right? Snakes bite. He's biting so many people and therefore everybody comes and you're Chandra Kaushik, salah tu narak mein jayega. And he said, अब मैं धर्म करके करूँगा क्या? मेरा तो डेस्टिनी लिख चुका है कोई. वहाँ पर महावीर आते हैं, एक मोमेंट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन होता है. चंद्र कौशिक जो क्रूर था वो अहिंसा का पालन करता है और वो एक क्रूर सा देवगति में आज भी है. What are you talking about? Your own potential, my friend. Change the language and say, Rahul, what if? How old are you?
I'm 37.
No, dude, how old are you? That's your body. How old are you?
I don't know.
That's what you need to know. Rahul, I'm 36,000 years of age and I'm living in this body right now. I know this, I may not be able to experience or maybe experience. I don't know what happens to eternal peace then. But this is not for this body. This is for the bodies that are going to come hereafter and many hundreds of times after. And every time in my life, knowing that this is not a journey of 10 days or 10 years, I'm going to keep working and working. And therefore I know someday I will attain eternal bliss. That should be your answer.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. I used a very harsh approach to talk because I was trying to reach your subconscious. No. When I tell people, my job is not only to give you knowledge, but to help you gain the internal access to the brain. So we can speak more, we don't have time. But
sure.
For those who felt, Rahul, why do you speak Dharma with so much aggression? Because the subconscious has to be awakened. You need to, I can do this in 1 hour, but in 5 minutes, I'm moving out. So that's what I did. Thank you very much. Sit down, please. Okay, wrapping up the story right now. We don't have time for any of this, so let's move forward, please. And acknowledgement, ladies and gentlemen. We have Boston, Atlanta, New Jersey, and New York. and then I'm going to Los Angeles. So this is done, this is done. Next week I'm in New Jersey on Saturday and then New York. If you have your friends, families, send them. Jains, non-Jains, send them. The rest is for me to take care of. Then I go to Los Angeles the week after that. This is the Jaina Long Range Planning Committee people who've done a lot of work. Go back, go back. What's the hurry? Yeah, Deepak Bhai, Yogen Bhai, Vipin Bhai, Chintan Bhai, Manish Bhai, Manoj Bhai, Soha, and then we have Deepak Bhai, Jayesh Bhai, Prem Bhai, Sonia, Sushil Ji, and Yogesh Bhai, and Vipul Bhai. I'm going to pause, keep the camera on. Who's got the camera? Take the camera on. Get the video on. We're just acknowledging the Jaina's Long Range Planning Committee, which has got me here. If you feel this program has made any difference in your life, remember it's not me, it's these guys. Give them a round of applause, and the intensity of your round of applause will get them. Actually, turn the camera on. Edwin and Vidika are our team members in Bangalore supporting us. Thank you. Next slide, please. That's Dr. Manoj Jain and Yogendra Jain. Go back. What's the hurry? What's the hurry? These are the two people, and they are the ones who created the book Jain Way of Life and Jain Path. And these two gentlemen found me, and I'm presenting this content to you from all the Acharya Bhagwans, gurus, mentors to whom I dedicate this program. And my biggest mentor is Vallabh Bhansali from Mumbai. Vallabh ji ना होते तो मैं अपने भीतर जाने का जो क्रिया है वो ना समझ पाता. तो प्रेक्षा ध्यान और विपश्यना ही वो मॉडल है फिलहाल के लिए जहां हम जा सकते हैं भीतर. जरूर जाइए मरने के पहले वरना आप जी नहीं रहे मर रहे हैं. I said human doing, human being, human doing, human being, human doing, do. Do this, काम करो. Do this, बच्चों को रेडी करो. Do this, पैसे कमाओ. Do this, मंदिर जाओ. Do this, क्रिया करो. You're doing, so that you can be. So people say, okay, do, and be, पूजा करो. Do, मतलब सांसारिक काम करो, and then be, समय करो. Do, and then do another क्रिया. ना रे बाबा, महावीर ने कुछ और कहा है. श्रावक हो, तो do business, but be authentic and honest. Do your worldly responsibilities of family, but always be peaceful and forgiving. He says, do what you want to do in your education, but be authentic to make sure that what you know is what you know, what you don't know, you really learn. So Mahavir said, do, no. Do, be, no. Mahavir said, do, be, do, be, do. And then we transform it. When you learn to be, you learn to do better. That's Jain Path to happiness. And now, ladies and gentlemen, concluding the session, all of you, take a pen and write down one commitment that you will follow for the next 100 days. One commitment. Rahul, मैं ये करूँगा या करूँगी. One commitment, just one commitment. I will start reading books. I will do more fast. I will do more dhyan. I will do more reading. I will be more compassionate. I will be more understanding. I will promote more conversations with my family. I'm going to be more forgiving. I will not buy unnecessary things. I will do whatever you want to do. And the moment you've written what you want to do, then make a choice of who you want to be. And being is, I will be committed. Being is Pachkan. You don't need Marasai for it. You can take self-Pachkan. I will do this, and this is who I will be in that doing. And the moment you know who you want to do, who you want to be the doing, you're own. This is profound. Write something. The moment you get a thought, man vachan kaya, ye man mein tha, vachan mein aa gaya, ab kaya mein jana hai. Jab man vachan kaya saath mein aati hai aur pachkan lagta hai, to man vachan kaya se atma upar ki or utna shuru hoti hai. This is amazing. And now, how many of you would like to be in touch with me? Raise your hands up. Hands down. Sir, can I have the QR code Jainism Simplified? You must be a part of it. उसके अंदर क्या क्या है? Jainism Simplified में English में videos है for the youth and for others in English 7 minutes, 3 minutes के videos Hindi and English, 1 minute के videos Hindi में. उसके साथ साथ my long videos of Jaina's speeches before are all there. Plus Jailer book in audio format is available. Plus my interview with Dikshati is available. All this for free. Don't clap. Go and do it. Subscribe, go check it out. Next, I have created a WhatsApp group separately for the work that I am doing, not this work, but the work I'm doing for people around America who are coming in contact with me. So there's a WhatsApp group. So this is Jainism Simplified. Go back, please. These are the videos. Jain Yog kya hota hai? forgiveness क्या होता है, संलेखना क्या है, anger क्या है, what is ecology Jainism, what is karma. I mean, just watch this, and this is thanks to Dilip Bhai from Philadelphia who inspired me to do the work. So when you click, you go there. You want, no, you're going too fast. Feedback. Okay, this is the way forward. New Jersey 15, New York 16, Los Angeles 23rd. Please pass the message. Next one, please. This is the feedback form. We don't have time to fill, but if you get because too many QR codes, the feedback form we will send in the WhatsApp group. Let them fill it out. How many of you promise that you will, if the feedback form comes to you, how many of you promise that you will actually fill it up so we know what you think? And those who are not filling, aapko sharp lagega. Next one, please. This is my WhatsApp group. My WhatsApp. You can be in touch with me direct, like you can communicate with me direct. And that's all that I want to give you. Then, what are we doing? Why are we not doing now? Why are we doing this later? We can do this now too. We will give you another group where 1000 transformation story begins. How many of you, after hearing me for 2.5 hours, would like to be in touch for the next 100 days and see a transformation? Only if you believe that you're ready for it, stand up. If you believe that, yes, Rahul, I would like to participate for the next 100 days with you and with Jaina's LRP, stand up. Now, why do I make them stand up and not raise their hands is because the moment the body moves up, there's a commitment that happens along with it. Now, those who did not stand up, you say, Rahul, ye kyun nahi khade? We do not know. So please come and ask me later, or tell me later, what can I do better so that you can be a part of the process? So we know that out of 1,000 people, we could reach about 50% of the people. And the other 50% say, Rahul, you're good, but not good enough for me to spend 100 days with you. Fair deal, understand. Sit down. But it's worthy enough to try it and see what happens in that group. See what happens in the Zoom call. This is your life after all. And with that, this is the 1000 Days Transformation WhatsApp group. From here, after I leave America, the work will begin. But in the meantime, I'll keep sending you some small messages, okay? So you can go to the 1000 Transformation. And now with this, I'm leaving you with a beautiful gift, ladies and gentlemen, what I call the gift of life. And with this, I'm going to wrap up the session too, and then we'll do the Bodhi Charawas and move on. Once you do this, this QR code will remain over here. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Track number 4 in the background, not too loud. Close your eyes. Silence your mind. 3 types of happiness: personal, lasting, eternal. The whole of Jain concepts into 3 P's: philosophy, principles, practices. Philosophy, theory of life, soul, karma, and moksha. Principles: ahimsa, anekam, aparigraha. Practices: millions. We started with 4. We went into the depth of 6, and you made one commitment. One commitment, just one. That's how transformation takes place. One at a time. With your eyes closed, I want you to visualize your father. अपने पापा के चेहरे को याद करिए. The one who got you into this world and gave you food, shelter, and education. Express your gratitude to your father. Visualize your mother, the lady who gave you birth, who gave you uncompromising love whether you're right or you're wrong. Visualize your mother and tell her, Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Your parents may be in this world or not, आपके मम्मी पापा इस दुनिया में हैं या नहीं, but कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. उन्हें याद करिए और उन्हें कहिए, मैं आपको महसूस कर पा रहा हूँ या कर पा रही हूँ, and thank you. I am so full of gratefulness. Your parents may have had their own limitations and they may have had their own problems, But you can't carry the memories of that, for you need to know they did the best for you that they could in their circumstances of life, in their own wisdom and their own ignorance. If your parents have been great to you, great. If they have gone wrong somewhere, forgive them. If you've gone wrong somewhere, ask for forgiveness. And let's start the journey of transformation with that, with your parents, for they are your source, and you make a difference from there. I want you to visualize yourself with your dad and mom when you were young. Small memories when you learned to walk and you fell down 1,000,000 times, and they picked you up 1,000,000 times. But they taught you how to walk, and today you are self-dependent. You know how to walk in the physicality of your life. We are helping you in the spirituality of your life. Learn to fall and walk 1,000,000 times. And I am here. Jaina's here. LRP is here. Your family is here. The temple is here. The Jain Sangh of Atlanta is here. You keep falling. We're there for you as much as you desire to walk. Visualize your dad and mom, be with them for a few seconds. Visualize the time when you were unwell, जब आप बीमार पड़े, रात भर आप बिस्तर पे थे मगर माँ बाप आपके लिए चाहिए थे. मैं बोल रहा हूँ, आंखों से आंसू टपक रहे हैं. These are emotional moments for people, but I want you to be there and be with me as I speak. Open your eyes and look at me. I lost my dad 25 years ago. I can't kiss him, I can't hug him, it's just way too late now. If your parents are with you, do it before it's too late. I have my mom, and I treat my mom like my God. I touch her feet, I kiss her, I hug her, I say I love you. वो मेरी भगवान है. कि वो ना होती, पापा ना होते, तो भगवान भी नहीं मिलते. वो ना होती, पापा ना होते, तो गुरु ना मिलते. वो ना होती, पापा ना होते, तो जैन धर्म ना मिलता. जैन धर्म ना होता, तो आत्मा का ज्ञान कैसे जानता? भाव चक्कर से कैसे निकलता? माँ बाप, लोग कहते हैं साता माँ, और आंसर आता है देव गुरु धर्म बसाया. मैं कहता हूं देव गुरु धर्म मां बसाया. माँ बाप तो सबके हैं और अपने माँ बाप अपने हैं. सम्मान विनय विवेक के साथ उन्हें रखना सीखना चाहिए. वो नहीं किया तो कुछ नहीं किया. आज मैं यहाँ आया और आपको धर्म सिखाया. लोग कहते हैं कि माँ बाप का ऋण हम चुका नहीं सकते हैं. जीवित शरीर के ऊपर वाली छन्नी को निकाल के चप्पल बना के अर्पण कर दे तो भी नहीं. और वही शास्त्र कहता है कि अगर बच्चा माँ बाप को धर्म से जीना सिखा दे तो वो ऋण चुक सकता है. आप मेरे पास यहाँ बैठे हैं, आपको लगता है कि आप मेरे माँ बाप नहीं हैं. मुझे लगता है कि ना जाने कौन सी जन्म में आप मेरे माँ बाप हुए होंगे, और इस जन्म में मैं वो ऋण चुकाने आया आपके साथ, आपके पास हूँ. बात ये कहनी है कि मैं यहाँ से जाऊँ उसके पहले बहुत अनमोल जीवन है, अच्छे से जीना सीख लो. आपने सीखा? कभी नहीं सीखा. हर पल जो अंधकार में है वो डेथ है, वो मरण है. हर पल जो प्रकाश में है वो जीवन है. आपने मुझे सुना, मुझे मान सम्मान प्यार दिया, मगर आपने मेरे कुछ पुनर्जन्म के कर्म को उसकी निर्जरा करने का मौका दिया. इसलिए मैं आपका आभार प्रकट करता हूं. जाने का समय आ गया, मगर हम जा नहीं रहे. यहां से एक नई शुरुआत करेंगे और आप अच्छे से जिए, प्यार से जिए, समृद्धि से जिए. दुनिया में प्यार हो और आप खुश रहे. That is the purpose of Jaina's long range committee, to give you a life that matters. Rahul Kapoor Jain, thank you very much. बोलो जय शासन देव की जय। Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rahul. We have seen just now Rahul Kapoor. What an energy, what an energy, what a power, what a message you have given to our society, Jain community. Truly, truly appreciate it and salute to you. We are just seeing people, the tears of happiness, tears of gratitude, tears of emotions that should come to you as well if you truly, truly, truly pay attitude, gratitude towards your parents, your dharma, your Aryan Bhagwan. I wanted to, we will share all the details, the slides, the QR codes, Zoom session details soon through communication. If you can please sit down for a moment, we would like to spend some time.
हमारे फंक्शंस में दो गलत चीज़ें होती है, एक हम समय पे आते नहीं और दूसरा समय के पहले चले जाते हैं। कुछ लोगों को लेट हो रहा है, अंडरस्टैंड, बट जिसको लेट नहीं भी हो रहा है, एक संघ है, वो चाहते हैं कि चढ़ावा हो, वो चाहते हैं कि पूजा हो। एक टीम ऑलरेडी नीचे खाने के लिए रेडी हो रही है। मुझे पता है कुछ लोगों को लेट हो चुका, हम लेट हैं, पर थोड़ा सा समता भाव में करेंगे तो इनको अच्छा लगेगा। ये जो पूरा प्रोसेस है, जब मैं क्रिश्चियन चर्चेस में बोलता हूँ, प्रोग्राम समय शुरू होता है, उसी समय खत्म होता है, और जब तक स्पीकर बाहर ना जाए, जब तक वहाँ के गुरु बाहर ना जाए, कितनी रिस्पेक्ट होती है। ये हमें थोड़ा लाना पड़ेगा। जो लोग बैठ सकते हैं इसी तरह के साथ 5 मिनट करते हैं विशु, वो तो can't be late, then no problem.
Don't please give us few more. Thank you so much, Rahul. Really appreciate. So, first of all, would like to say thank you and anumodana to Dr. Manoj Jain, Long Range Committee, and Jaina, who actually inspired us. Please big round of applause to them. मनोज जी, आप जो कर रहे हैं, आपकी कमेटी जो कर रही है,
Please close the door. Please do not leave. Thank you.
people, please, if you can pay attention for some time. During the summer time, Long Range Planning Committee have been doing tremendous job, hard work. Each son does lot of work in the background. This whole session is not possible without the local sons, volunteers and support and committee. So there are few heroes and volunteers I want to call out. Anuj Bhai, Rupesh, Chola, my wife, thank you so much for being there always and raising hand very fast among the entire volunteer community. This is summer, lot of people have travel plans, lot of people have other occasions and commitments, so understandable. With a very limited help, and even EC members are out this week, if you notice, our entire committee is not even in town. So with very limited help, our kitchen team remotely work, many people are here. You know, Nilesh Bhai, Sunil ji are remote, they are our kitchen leads, Anil Bhai is here. Other folks in kitchen who always come and help. So we have made that happen today's Sadharani Bhakti. Amit Bhai, Mitesh Bhai, secretary, our communication leads. Niro Bhai, always leading our events and volunteer community. Other EC members, directly and indirectly, Himanshu, Anil Bhai, all have been instrumental. Today, Pritesh Bhai, also Pritesh Oswal, very much instrumental. Bharat Bhai, Ankush. I would also like to say anumodana to the hosting family. The dignitary scholar, जब भी आते हैं, आज हमारे साथ राहुल कपूर जी हैं. So we are hosting Rahul ji today. Anumodana to Seth family, Madhuben Seth and Jagdish Bhai family for tomorrow. Anumodana to Mukesh Bhai and retirement family for Tuesday and Wednesday. So thank you so much. One important announcement from YJA. YJA is hosting a Zoom session. Zoom session on Wednesday, July 12th. We will send the Zoom session details. This is for young people who are trying to navigate from school to college. So there is a session from YJA. We will send details. Please pass the message. Ask people to join that important message for kids who are in school trying to navigate college. So that session will be on Zoom. Now we will start Aarti and Mangal Divo. If you can please allow 5 more minutes and we can wrap up.
Rahul, yeah. We attended Jaina convention, and right during his session like this, there was somebody collapsed instantly. He went into coma, and the way Rahul Bhai conducted the session with Naukar mantra, it was so good. Tell you, you have to be there to witness that thing, and eventually that person died after 6 hours. Rahul Bhai, that touched my heart. Give big hands up. That was so remarkable, I tell you. And we continued the Naukar mantra until body was taken out from the arena. With that, let us start on this great occasion.
All the committee members in here can come please here.
Before you give me something, I want to give you something to the sun. I've got a book, Bhagwan Mahavir Ka Bunyadi Chintan, which was gifted by my mentor to me when I started to understand Jainism. In 40 pages, Jainism in its all profoundness was here by Dr. Jayakumar Jalat, who's from Ratlam. I've never met him. But this book has gone through 60 reprints. The first book in Jain history to go through so many reprints. And I'm glad that I'm presenting this to you. And in case if you guys come to temple, spend some time reading it. It's also available in English, but I don't have copies because I've run out of them. In case you want, I can send them to you for free. Joking. But what I'm trying to say is this. If you don't understand any concept of the book, go to Jainism Simplified and there are English videos. Plus, I'm giving you this one flower. सम्यक दर्शन ज्ञान चारित्र के लिए अनंत वीर्य का बल लगता है। ये जो छोटा प्रतीक मैं यहाँ पर छोड़ के जा रहा हूँ, अगर ये मंदिर में कहीं पर लगा सके तो जो भी लोग यहाँ पर आए हैं, जो बैठे हैं, वो इसे देखे, उससे मेरी याद तो आएगी, मगर भगवान महावीर की जो अनंत वीर के बल की जो बात है, वो भी आपको दिखाई देगी. So you never give up. So this is my gift for the Jain Sangh, and I want you to give. I know we have some people who are not here, but I want you to give the Sangha of Atlanta a standing ovation and then take your seats back for a few seconds. Give them a standing ovation, ladies and gentlemen, really, really loud and nice. Thank you very much. You take your seats for a few more seconds and we'll be finally done. We're going to Maladiv and Aarti after that.
Well, Rahulji, we were so happy we found you in 2015. Anyway,
So I would like to give privilege to our hosting families and our committee. And Manoj Bhai, you are our member too. So basically on behalf of Sangh, I would like to give privilege to Mukesh Bhai, Madhu Ben, the hosting family who is helping with us and our committee. Please come forward. Anil Uncle, you are here, you have been helping, supporting all the time. To Mr. Rahul Kapoor Jain, Jain Path of Purification. Please, it is from France. Please accept. It is our request.
आप मुझे ज्ञान दे रहे हो, प्यार वो मैं रखता हूँ, और जो आप मुझे भोग का साधन देते हो वो मैं आपके लिए रख के जा रहा हूँ. मनोज भाई बताइए उसका क्या करना है. अगर पैसे लेके जाऊँगा तो मारवाड़ी नहीं होऊंगा, बिकॉज फिर I've taken less for more. मैंने आपको दिया, उससे अधिक लेके जाऊँगा. आपका प्यार, आपका आशीर्वाद और पुण्य, उससे बढ़ के क्या हो सकता है.
I think on this great occasion, in presence of Rahul Bhai, let's do the book, one book per family.
So everyone, thank you so much. The Jain Path book, a lot of the slides that you've seen available on jainpath.org, and we have 100 books available. So pick one up per family, and we'll get more available as well. So they're outside as well.
Okay, with that, thank you for staying here. In presence of Rahul Bhai, let's do a really big boli. Aarti nugi saru kariye chhe. 151 માં 151 250 જલ્દી 250 માં $111 ચડતા ભાવ રાખો $251 રજા અપાય છે રજા ભાઈ છે $251 એક વાર, $251 બે વાર, $251 ત્રણ વાર. બોલો બોલો શ્રી બોલો બોલો શ્રી આદેશ્વર ભગવાન કી જય. બીજું મંગલ મંગલ દેવાનું ગીત જલ્દી પ્લીઝ. 151 મણ, 151 મણ. બોલો 151 મણ, 201 મણ, 201 મણ, 201 મણ એક વાર. રજા અપાય છે 201 મણ બે વાર અને રજા અપાય છે અને 201 મણ ત્રણ વાર. બોલો બોલો શ્રી આદેશ્વર ભગવાન કી જય. આરતીનું ગીત કોણે લીધેલું? ગુલાબભાઈ. મંગલ દીવાનું કિરણ અને દીપાલી ખૂબ ખૂબ અનુમોદના. સનને ખૂબ ખૂબ અનુમોદના. બધા મેમ્બરોને ખૂબ ખૂબ અનુમોદના ફોર મેકિંગ ધીસ ગ્રેટ इवेंट.
इसका प्रोजेक्टर गिर जाएगा, मैं हटा दूँगा.
People who can hear my voice, अगर आपको मेरी आवाज़ अभी भी सुनाई दे रही है, I have this friend of mine whose name is क्या नाम भाई? Neerav Bhai. Neerav Bhai has my camera with him. We are coming to some people and we want 2 men, 2 women, 2 youngsters to give us a small feedback, like a video feedback of this program. Neerav Bhai, wait. We will take you to a quiet place. We will record this, so this becomes our archive. And all I need is about 6 to 8 people, 2 or 3 youngsters, 2 or 3 older people, 2 or 3 middle-aged people. Who is in the hall? If you're willing to, please do raise your hands up. We can record you, and the others we can meet outside later. People in this hall, anybody would like to go to him? Yeah, some of you will know that. That's 1, that's 2. Anybody else? We have 3, and we'll have more people outside. Okay, please take it. Yes. Some people have questions for you.
આરતી મંગળ દેવા માટે બધા દેરા સમાવડો અને we will need help from volunteer once that is done to clean up this hall. Very much appreciated whoever is available and help us out. Thank you.
My battery had gone down, so some of the recording would have gone. So they will have to hold like this.